The hula, for example, an ancient form of dance with deep spiritual meaning, has been made ornamental, a form of exotica for the gaping tourist. Far from encouraging a cultural revival, as tourist industry apologists contend, tourism has appropriated and cheapened our dance, music, language, and people, particularly our women. Burdened with the commodification of our culture and exploitation of our people, Hawaiians today exist in an occupied country held hostage and forced to witness and participate in our collective humiliation as tourist artifacts for the world's rich. Behold, Hawaii, your paradise. If you take one thing away from this stream event, please let it be this: cancel your vacation. Tell your friends and family. Go somewhere else. Stop moving here, especially if you are part of an imperialist military. Natives have been saying this for years. Hawaii does not need your tourism, especially now. If you are rich enough to vacation to Hawaii, you can donate to help Maui. On behalf of my entire extended family, whose history in Hawaii dates back to the 1800s, 5 generations ago, thank you all for listening and for donating to this cause. It means the world to me. As a person who sits at the intersection of many marginalized identities, I am drawn to tabletop role playing games as a conduit through which to tell stories that celebrate people like me. We all know you can't find stories in the mainstream media like those told here by us, by you. I have been lucky enough to work in this space full time for my job, and it is my honor and my privilege to be able to organize this event for all those who have been affected by the fires. Again, thank you. I've compiled a list of resources, including the full article written by Haunani K. Trask, as well as sources for the history I had to summarize and recommendations for further reading. This link, I think, will be getting shared in the chat in a moment. Your education should not stop here, though. I am not the only person you should listen to. Again, please seek out and boost Native Hawaiian voices. Mahalo nui loa. And now I'd like to pass it to Steve, who will go over our giveaways.
Thank you for that. And truly, thank you for that. And while I have the time right now, thank you to Nala and the rest of the folks behind the scenes helping us out here. I'll get into the prize in a second, but just as a quick reminder, we are doing really, really well. We're doing a lot of good here. I just double checked. We're at 93% of our $4,000 goal. So we are just on that cusp right there. And all of you are contributing whatever you can from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. With that said, we will talk about our prizes. So, the prizes will be on part on raffle. So every $5 donation gets you one ticket, which you can allocate to any of the incredible prizes, including donations for Roll20, Hero Forge, Evil Hat Productions, a ton of other producers, and there's amazing stuff to be had there. You can donate at the links kind of you see in chat there for the coffee link. You can check there to see that. Yeah, that's what I said. None of your Kofi
Violence.
stuff. Violence. Yeah,
Kaufi.
problems. But we are so close to that goal. So if you can jump in there and give what you can, that'd be great. Um, and if you want to enter the raffle, you don't have to donate during the live stream. You can donate anytime between now and midnight Pacific time. That said, there's more. There are in-chat giveaways. So just by being active in the chat, you're going to see opportunities to be entered for a draw for a lot of really cool prizes. Some of those include a copy of the game we're going to play today for our family by Anthony Nomo. I love this game. I am so stoked to be facilitating it. But there's also a copy of Quest RPG, copy of Wise Women RPG, a $20 gift card to Eris Savad, $50 gift card to Green Leaf Geek. There's an offer for poetry and prose being constructed just for your world, and a copy of the Alluring Villains Standard Array set from DM's Guild. So a lot of people have come forward to just offer these out. I think it's great. Stick around, enjoy the game, enjoy the amazing, beautiful people who we've gathered today to come together for this cause, and walk away with some cool stuff. All right. That said, no, did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. No, okay, good. I have to double check. I'm standing on the shoulders of the giants here, so I'm so happy to be here. Getting a little nervous.
No,
In
I'm
addition,
5 feet tall. I don't know what you're talking about.
you're an absolute giant. That said, for those who don't know, we are going to be playing For Our Family. So, For Our Family is a card-based storytelling game. It's a Descended for the Queen hack, kind of like For the Queen if you're familiar with that. Together, we're going to create a brave space to explore our own questions and the questions of other children of immigrants, of identity and of belonging. It's going to be in a fictional, safe context. It's a conversational game with no dice, nor real facilitator or game master, and it focuses on answering prompts and exploring these answers collectively. We are assuming the role of a single generation of one family, blood or otherwise, to tell a collective story. Our elders have returned to the homeland and have invited all of us in a reunion to inherit the family's legacy. Your elders have nominated you and only you, all of us, because there is no one else. And although we've felt the weight of their expectations our entire lives, we love them. So that is the setup here. Before we dive into the first couple of draws and kind of get this game going, let's go around table and do some introductions here. So, Jen, if you wouldn't mind, could you kick us off with who you are, your handle, and your pronouns?
Hi, I'm Jen slash Youngles. You can find me on Spaces as either Jen Geeky or Youngles, and I use she, they pronouns.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone. As I said earlier, my name is Nala or Jay. My pronouns are they, them. I am on Twitter at Nala Woo and at Nala Draws. Everywhere else, if you'd like to see my artwork, I do that stuff. Great intro. Darby.
You killed it.
Hi, my name is Darby. You can find me on the internet as Chaotic Darby. I use she, they pronouns, and this is my nice bottle of water that I'm drinking like a not criminal.
Ah, water. Hey, chat, drink water. Stay hydrated.
Hey, we're hydration bragging now. Hi, hi, I'm Abria, mostly at Quiddy on the internet. She, her pronouns. Here's my giant thing of tea that I will take 2 sips of and then forget about because I have attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Ayo.
Beauty.
Heyo, what is juice? I don't know her.
Lastly, my name is Steve Wen. I am one of the co-hosts of Asian Represent. I've been a little absent from this season due to personal stuff, but I am so stoked to not only be here, be part of an amazing stream, as well as facilitating this particular game. My pronouns are currently he, him. All right. Oh, you can find me on Twitter at DEEM Steve. That's DM Steve phonetically. It stands for slide into my DMs and talk to me about diaspora. Oh, no.
Beyblades.
Beyblades. Talk to me about Beyblades.
Beyblade!
Either diaspora or Beyblades. Nothing in between. Nothing else.
Respect.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Anyways,
Probably not.
Probably not.
Everyone go send
idea.
Steve a DM on Twitter about
Show-
Beyblades or diaspora.
Yo, show me those Beyblades. You got any Beyblades?
What
You
those
got any-
Beyblades do?
You got any Beyblades on your phone? Anyways, let's get into it. So part of the game to kick off is actually to go through the instructions. So for folks who are not familiar with the game, even if you are familiar with it, we always start off with the instructions. So we all start on the same page. I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. So for folks that are in the game on Roll20, there's the prompts for the instructions. I'm going to grab the first one by clicking choose, dragging up the very first card, and I'm going to read it aloud. And then Jen, I'll ask you to go next. But number 1, go around the table clockwise, taking turn reading these cards aloud.
Okay, and that's it. I hit choose.
Yep.
And then
And then drag card number 2 out into the field.
two,
There you go.
and it says half heart left in the homeland, half heart here at home. Did I just put it somewhere?
Yep, we're just going to keep it right in the middle-ish.
Okay.
2 tongues split across our lips, not one to call our own.
Did
I can also pull it for you, but it's a stable platform. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
This is great.
Yes, if you could please pull it for me.
I'm
that would
happy
be
to do
great.
that.
Thank you. Well, you just cut this out in post? Pick up.
Yeah.
We've borne our birthplaces, trials, and all adversity and scorn.
Despite all of our sacrifice, our elders expect more.
Game always gets to me. Our elders are now dying, leaving us their heirs alone.
Only we can inherit theirs, our legacy, our throne.
We are assuming the roles of a single generation of this family, blood or otherwise, to tell a collective story. Darby, here's yours.
Thank you. Our elders have returned to the homeland and have invited us to a reunion to inherit the family's legacy. To inherit the family.
Our elders have nominated us, and only us, because there is no one else. And although we've felt the weight of their expectations our entire lives, we love them.
Choose a final card and set it aside. So the final cards are our elders leave us. Do you succeed them? The family legacy is ours and ours alone. Do you share it? The elders era is behind you. Do you start anew? So we get to
Ooh.
choose actually how this game ends. And that is the final card that we all answer with a simple yes or no. Does anyone resonating with anything particular here?
I'm desperately trying to zoom in on the tiny cards.
Yeah, I was
I know,
like squinting at my screen, like.
same.
Yeah, I'm
Some
sorry.
of us are old as shit and didn't even try to look.
I can read them again.
No.
Okay. Our elders leave us. Do you succeed them? It's option 1. The family legacy is ours and ours alone. Do you share it? Is option 2. And the elders era is behind you. Do you start anew? Is option 3.
Ooh.
I really vibe with the middle one.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
do
the
that.
legacy one.
Yeah.
I love
Number 2,
legacy.
pick number
Legacy
2,
is
my lord.
sexy.
Yeah.
Pick number 2. Perfect. Oh no.
Okay. How do we find that card though?
I will handle all of this.
Okay.
Don't you worry. Don't worry about what's going on there. It's a stable platform.
Don't look behind the curtain.
Don't look at that.
It's over here.
Or else I cover my screen and nobody can see it. But like,
Yeah. No, we appreciate it. It's good to have. So I'm just gonna
It's the thought
pull
that
the
counts.
2 cards that we're not gonna use. We're gonna do you share it? So we're gonna pull those 2 out. I'm gonna delete those from the deck, and then we're gonna shuffle the deck. And it's just as easy as that. It's just 1, 2, 7 clicks. We're good.
Oh, we're not done yet though. So who's next? Here's number 12.
Who was back
Maybe
to Jen, yeah.
Me, right? Okay. Shuffle the prompt cards and place them face down at the center of the table.
We're doing this virtually. Put the golden final question card in the middle of the deck for a game that takes about an hour and I can't read. Put the golden final question card in the middle of the deck for a game that takes about an hour and a half, or shuffle it in the bottom third of the deck to play for 2 hours or more. Darby.
Thank you. When you have read the instruction cards, continue clockwise with the pink prompt cards. Take turns reading the questions out loud, interpret these questions, and answer them however you wish.
Other players may ask you questions or make suggestions on your turn. However, whether you answer those questions or include those suggestions is entirely up to you.
Place the X card on the table where everyone can easily reach it. We do have an X card in the deck, but we're also going to use our macros here that we talked about in the green room here.
If you encounter a card or an answer that you don't want to be included in the game, tap the X card. That content is removed from the game.
If you draw a card that is removed this way, simply draw another card. You can X a card that you drew yourself.
You can also pass on your turn. To do so, give the prompt card you drew to the next player and say, I'd like to hear your answer to this question. Then continue around the table.
A prompt card can be passed around until someone applies the X card to it.
Continue answering, passing and Xing the questions until the final question card you've chosen is drawn.
Each player should answer that question in turn. Then the game is over.
Or our family may lead to a very vulnerable and emotional headspace. During play, you may pause the game and check in by saying, how is it? Do we need a
Perfect. Before the next card, we also have the other safety tools, which I didn't go through during the green room, but you can see the O question mark card. That's the question mark icon. That's to see if you want to get a general vibe check for everyone. No one's obligated to answer, but you can answer with an O potentially, which is like everything's A-okay. X is fine. There's also the N card, which is kind of like approaching an X if you're looking for that kind of granularity, that kind of detail there. So folks, at any point in time, feel free to check in, and folks, feel free to respond with whatever in your heart. Let's keep going.
If any one of you need a break, then take some time for yourselves. Your health is more important than the game or story.
Shared discussion is encouraged, if comfortable, but listening is needed. Please remember to be kind to yourselves and to each other.
Look through all the illustrated legacy cards. These are entirely optional and are intended to inspire your story and be used as reference during play. And then we'll read the 28th one as I pull out the legacy cards.
Okay. If there are two that feel right for the group and your collective story, choose them and place them at the center of the table.
Okay. So I'm going to start pulling out these cards. So unfortunately for the chat here, you don't get to see all the amazing, amazing art. But for the players here, I'd like you to just bask in
Wow.
this amazing art that's here.
One
For
of
those of
these
you
is
that
mine.
win the draw, you can get the Roll20
Wow.
mod for this, and the cards will all be there in their fully illustrated beauty. It's truly wonderful.
Stop it.
So good.
So we're looking for two here. So one is going to be our birthplace, and one is our homeland. So somewhere where we have a birth tie to, and a place where we call home, and they are not the same.
Not me just staring at this fairy tiger like,
Yeah.
are you my best
Yeah,
friend?
that one's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that
like
one.
That one.
I'm just gonna put it to the side. We can decide kind of what we want to do, but I'm gonna like give it a little
A little
love up
nudge.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Ooh, looks like we passed $4,000.
Hey!
Really?
Thank you
Oh my
so much,
gosh.
everyone.
Yay!
That's
Thank you all so much.
amazing.
Oh yeah,
This
we hit it.
is-
Yeah.
You're gonna make me cry. Okay. Well, our next goal is gonna be 5,000.
$5,000 Nala will weep.
I was going
pure
to make
almond milk.
Nala cry.
Almond milk challenge.
No.
$5,000. We all
Almond
buy a carton of almond milk and we take pictures
Yeah.
at home while we're drinking it. Like,
Oof.
Cursed.
So cursed.
I'm gonna tell Rue to post our new goal of $5,000. If we can smash that, I probably will cry. And I mean, this is not to say that I haven't cried yet, because I've been crying all weekend. Just I don't know. I'm gonna be so quick, but it means a lot to me that I can provide tangible help to people. Like that means a lot to me, because I think like I spend a lot of time yelling on the internet about equality and diversity and all of those things, and I think that's really important. But to be able to provide tangible money that will help people, like that means so much to me. And to see the TTRPG space come together for something like this, it means the world to me. So thank you all so much for donating, and keep doing it. Let's hit $5,000. That would be
Let's go right to
absurd.
5,000. Do it during the stream.
yeah.
But yeah, let's keep looking at our legacy cards here. So I think we're resonating with kind of the Fey waterfall. Anything else?
Okay, I feel like I have pushed us in a very fantasy direction with the Fae thing, and I'm happy
sure.
to walk that back if we want to live a little more grounded.
But wouldn't it be interesting if we do the Fae Fairy thing and then juxtapose it with that city with the wave crashing and have those be the two, like, play into the disparate, perhaps, nature of what our elders want versus what we want.
Darby
also
makes a
a-
strong point.
I'm
There's
loving it.
I
also
agree.
visual for chat. There's a visual connection between these two cards because the waves are pink and the tiger with wings is pink.
Yeah.
Color me surprised. You got to keep your eye out for it.
Oh, jeez.
You weren't
Alright.
ready for those puns.
You
Yeah,
can't be
yeah.
ready. All right, so
I've
I think
never been happier.
all right, I think the choice has been made. So all we need to decide is which is our birthplace, which I think I kind of got a feeling that would be kind of the Fae area, and our homeland where we grew up. We grew up in a place that might have some charm underneath.
I like this visual
Dude,
a
it's
lot.
LA in 6 hours. Like,
I didn't want to say that. I was like,
right
"Oh."
now outside my door.
yeah, this is LA in
Hey.
6 hours from now.
Hey, as someone who is
Damn.
7 feet away from her pool that's already overflowed, this is LA exactly right now.
Okay. Well,
Bad out there.
there we go.
Oh,
So we
man.
are going back home to our elders, back to like the Feywild area, having lived basically our entire lives inside of like neon LA by night, which I love.
Incredible. That piece is mine, the second one we chose, and if you go to my portfolio, you can see it. It's knowledgedraws.com. You can view it. It
Excuse
is-
me?
So you just let
Yeah.
it go up there. You didn't say anything. You just let it
you were gonna
slide
say
by.
I didn't want to say anything. I was like, if I say anything, everyone's gonna be like,
Okay.
we're gonna pick the ones that you did. So I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna say anything.
Ah,
There
and
you go.
we did already. So what?
I know
you
we did
learn?
anyway.
There's your
Alright.
affirmation. There you go.
Mhm.
The art in this
I
game.
We like your art,
Amazing.
Nala.
I feel
Fuck you.
so affirmed.
Good. You should feel affirmed.
All right. So we still have a couple more instructions to go through. I believe we are on 28. So we just did 27. We did 20. That's 29. I'm sorry. There's 28.
It's all good.
And then this
I
one.
think we just did that. Yeah.
So we're gonna put this to front,
So we did.
and
we
I
did
think this one
29.
goes to Nala. I think this one's yours to read.
Me.
Oh, maybe.
29, 30. I can count. Okay. Look through the house, how they see us roll cards, like the legacy cards. These are entirely optional. Is that
And
that's
Darby?
a light blue deck.
Yes, and then Darby, this last one, and then we'll look at the legacy ones.
Sick. If everyone at your table agrees to play with these, then everyone can look through the cards and choose one for themselves that seem interesting to them.
All right. So yeah, we'll pull all of these legacies out here.
So we have we have the curse. When our elders look at you, they are reminded of past sins. What do you think they
Yikes.
see?
Yikes,
That's
right?
fucking
Yeah,
Uh,
good
we
stuff.
We have the
It does
chosen one.
feel like
You've been raised. Excuse me. You've been raised to fulfill a calling. What's held you back? We have the virtuoso. You have a true gift that you want to share with the world. Why don't our elders show up?
Damn, Jesus Christ.
The
I thank Anthony
invisible.
for these.
family
I was not
trauma.
prepared. I was not prepared.
Zero chill.
The invisible. Our elders barely remember you're here. Who makes you feel seen?
Yikes.
The ward. You are not of this family. How have our elders welcomed you? The healer. Our family seeks you and only you when they feel hurt. What do you always fix but never restore? Ow!
Oh.
The fuck up. Once upon a time, you were our elders' favorite. What changed? And lastly, the exalted. You've carried the most weight of our elders' expectations. How? Ugh.
So anyway, I didn't expect this game to come for my throat in minute negative
Yeah.
fucking 2.
Just like
Uh,
grabbed by the throat.
right.
Just
Yeah.
like
They were like, look at this beautiful art. Suffer.
To be honest, that's my favorite kind of game.
I mean,
Yeah.
mood, right? Are you really playing a TTRPG if you aren't begging your GM to like emotionally damage your characters?
Right.
Yep.
Fair. Very fair.
So again,
Does
these
anyone
cards are
have one
optional.
that like feels
Yeah. I know there was a lot
I
of wincing and stuff.
really like
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I really like the healer. So if we
Mhm.
want to play with these, I definitely like that just because that
Love to
second
play with
question
these.
has a lot
Yeah.
inside.
And you
of
don't
it.
have to play with them like all or nothing. It can be like some of you play with them, some of you don't. So if nothing really resonates with you, you can just kind of go into this like as is. But if you want to grab that, Abria, you can right click it. Abria, I'm so sorry, Abria. I'm gonna
It's
correct
all
myself
good.
on air. Fuck that. I'm gonna correct
Oh
myself.
no, you're good.
You
You're
can right
you're
click the
super good
healer
too.
and click take cards, the first option. And then now it's yours.
Mine.
It's fine. No one else
And I'll never see it again.
Last time I played
I
played
can
as the
steal the
chosen
card
one.
from you, Abria.
Yes.
If you click
Your
on it,
card
you
is
can
now
steal
my
it.
card. Give it to me.
This is
I want that
so
pain.
interesting.
So last time I played as the chosen one, for like very personal reasons. And that was an intense moment. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try to play a role. And I'm gonna pick the invisible. Our elders barely remember you're here. What makes you feel seen? Who makes you feel seen even?
Can I pick the fuck up? Because that seems deeply personal to me and I would like to play that.
I feel like hurting myself today too. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Why not? Why shouldn't I hurt myself?
Jen, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking the curse because my mom always told me she prayed for a white baby and got me.
No. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yo.
Hey.
So like
Hey.
I think
I would love to have a brief but pretty severe conversation with your mom exactly right now.
Yeah,
If
I
that's
just want
fine.
to
If
talk
we
with
wanna
your
take,
mom.
like
she refuses
Yeah,
to
we
bring
just
me
wanna,
back
like,
to
have
Korea
a
with her
reasonable
because she's so like yeah, anyway, I feel like if I'm gonna cry and have feelings in this game, I may as well hurt myself in the process in a good
Listen,
way. So I'm gonna take that one.
Okay.
We're all gonna talk to your mom real quick, just like
Yeah.
where's she at?
That's
And
so
so I'm
butt-ass.
left with the chosen one, the virtuoso, the ward, and the exalted. All of these hurt me in different ways.
Yep. Yep.
What
The one that
flavor do you want today?
I know, what flavor of pain do I want? My gut is telling me, my gut is telling me the virtuoso. You have a true gift that you want to share with the world. Why don't our elders show up? I feel that specifically with my work in TTRPGs, like my family doesn't understand what I do. I've explained it to them like a bajillion times, and they're like, "So you play games on your computer?" And I'm like, I mean, I was like, well, yeah, but like it's it's different. It's my
Yeah.
job, and in doing this charity event, weirdly enough, my family has started paying attention more to what I do because they're seeing the numbers and they appreciate the numbers and they're like, "Wow, that's a lot of money. We're so proud of you." Um they also did not care about
Show
my
me that pay
streaming or
stub.
my actual Yeah. They didn't care about my actual play streaming until Itaewon by Night, which is the VTM show that I'm on. When it started winning awards, my parents were like, "Oh, that's cool," but before they didn't give a shit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I'm
Welcome to
gonna pick
parents.
this one.
Yeah.
Tee-hee.
Yeah. Please do.
Tee-hee.
And we'll put those other
I'll
ones
delete the
away.
rest of these off of our thing.
Perfect. And then we have one last instruction card to read out, and I forgot whose turn it was.
It's my turn.
Perfect.
There we go. When all players have chosen their role card, then take turns reading and answering the prompts on your own cards. Then whoever wants may draw the first prompt card.
Perfect. So, open table. Whoever wants to grab the first one, the prompt cards are the ones that are in pink. You can click the deck once to flip it over, and then you can drag the flip card onto the playing field. Which is how
Who wants to be in pain first?
I
I'ma
feel like
do
I've
it.
overshared a
Who's
little bit right
teeing-
now.
who's
So I'm
teeing
just
up?
gonna
yeah.
Done. We're here. We've begun.
We're here, we're queer, and that's why my family doesn't talk to me.
No.
I'm kidding, they
It
don't know.
ended on a bummer. Don't tell. Okay. What obligation do you carry in our family that no one else can? And I think this lines up really well with the healer question that I didn't really get to speak to yet. But there is a sense that emotional static in our family is sort of met with one person that I've acted as a mediator, sort of wise beyond my age at any given point to help try to soothe tensions. And for whatever reason, uh, it just became so natural when we would get together for like any sort of gatherings or celebrations that time was always carved out to make time and space and energy to try to soothe over tensions that were rising. But it's never, despite my wishes, it never seems to happen without me. So now there is this sort of ritual inside the ritual of connection as a family where I find a place to sit and make all of the preparations for comfort. There's food, there's drinks, there's calm music, and it's a place to talk. But it always feels like every time I go to like our family gatherings that I carry that tension of I'm about to be hit with a lot of our family shit again.
Oh,
You're giving eldest daughter syndrome right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Eldest child right here too. Oof, the
Can
pain.
can I ask a follow-up question? You don't have to answer it, but
Oh,
I'd like to ask
yeah.
follow-up. When was the last time you had like a break for yourself, where you like pursued something for yourself? And what was it?
I think there's something I try very often not to talk about with us or within our group is that I've realized over time that being away from our family is the break. And I am fearing that I've started to build the association of the only respite is removal. So without the confidence to confide in anyone about that because I don't know who to go to because everyone comes to me. I'm trying to scramble while within the crisis of realization to figure out how to make that not true and to have other outlets and to have somewhere else to go with all of this energy and all of my own, but I don't have it yet.
Thank you for that. Jeez.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be
and light.
fun. Everyone loves
Light,
this.
cheery game, chill vibes.
Yeah,
We're not gonna
super
cry.
great.
Vibes, blah,
The
blah, blah.
stream.
All
All right,
right.
who wants to go next? Do
I-
we now go in a circle? I
Let's go in a
think, right?
circle just to keep things like easy. So we'll keep with the same rotation here. So I'll go next. Hooray. And I got, when was the last time you truly felt loved by your elders?
Wow, what an easy chill prompt. Wow, very cool. Light and breezy, gamers.
The
I
throat immediately.
I think the last time I felt truly loved by our elders was like early on childhood. Um there's like a I'm gonna we can make it up, but there's gonna be like a really early on childhood like tradition where like all the kids do this one thing and it's supposed to be like half jokey, half not jokey. It's supposed to be like how your history is supposed to unfold and all that kind of stuff. And I don't even remember what I did because I was so young at that time, but I do remember getting showered with gifts, everyone like paying attention to me. Um, but those memories are like foggy upon foggy. I I don't even know the name of that tradition because to be honest, I kind of don't go to those and I don't really get invited to those, but I kind of secretly wish I could have the pictures of it. I wish people would talk to me about it. I wish I knew what I did. Let's keep going. Unless anyone has any follow-ups. Oh, you're on
God,
mute.
I'm just taking notes
Do you
so
still
my brain can remember.
do you still have any of those gifts that you were given? Did you keep any of them?
Ooh. I I have like a little like chest that I keep, and it's like covered in dust. I really don't look at it, but I know inside of it are like things here and there, like old cards, little trinkets, maybe small presents. I don't really go through it, but it's kind of nice to have it in the closet. I just I don't like opening it. It's just it doesn't feel right. Sorry.
Oh my
No,
god.
It's all
it's
coming out.
good.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I do have one
Where
more
is my
follow-up.
button?
Yep.
Does anyone know about like the little box in your closet?
Yes. I talk about it a lot, but not many people get to actually see it.
Oh, okay. Well, that just hurt my feelings more, so I'm good, thank you.
Chill game. Hashtag chill
Okay.
game.
Emotional damage.
Well, keep that motherfucker on standby.
So we're 2
Oh,
prompts in.
man.
Doing great,
Okay.
everyone. Doing great.
This is great. Whew. All right.
Light and
All right.
breezy, gamers.
All right. My turn, right?
Yep.
Oh wait, no, that's what
Ah!
you just said. Why is it the same card? Did I pick the
Just
wrong
draw
one?
again. I don't know what's going
Okay.
on.
Okay. I don't want to answer that one anyway. Oh goodness. This one's not better. I take it back. What keeps you from abandoning our family? Okay, ready? Let's strap this in. The potential hope and eventual praise that I will never get again, but not because I used to be loved, because my existence reminds of a time that nobody wants to talk about and everyone forgets. So I don't abandon because I'm still waiting for permission to exist.
What is it about
what role are
you?
you again?
Yeah.
I'm the curse.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
What is it about you, your personality or physicality or whatever, that like reminds our elders of what they think they've lost?
I think that my existence reminds them of a struggling time period that they don't necessarily like to talk about, that my existence is kind of a result of. So I feel like the general consensus is that time period did not exist for our family. And so when I bring up actual memories that I have, they are kind of like they don't coexist with the image that our family likes to present now. And so therefore, as long as I repress those memories and do not and like kind of go with the flow with everybody else, like I'm okay, I can exist. But if I try to talk about my truth in what happened, then it becomes I am directly against what we are establishing now in some capacity. So
When was a time that you like? When was the last time you almost walked away? Like you were this close to just gone.
I think that the last time I almost walked away was when I tried to have the conversation of feelings with the elders and how I can't help but have the memories that I have and have the experience that I've experienced. And so therefore their response to me was less than ideal, and I almost walked away, but didn't because others in the family also keep me grounded in the space.
Since we're all like the same generation, if you were going to abandon the family, is there anything any of us could say to maybe change your mind?
I think that I feel abandoned by a lot of people in our generation because my perspective is not being seen by them either in the truth that I sit in. That makes sense.
So much sense.
I'm
Yeah, I
so
I'm
gotcha.
gonna
sorry.
add the prod question. What's the truth? What's the thing that you say that we all don't agree on, or mostly don't agree about?
That
If you're comfortable, like
no,
making a
absolutely.
big swing.
That even though our elders say they did the best they could, I feel they could have done better.
I love it.
Fuck.
All right.
Have you talked
I
to the healer about this?
I think that the healer and I, if you're okay with this, have
Oh,
a
yeah.
different perspective about what it means to let things lie. I think I imagine that the healer, as someone who is an eldest daughter, would be like supportive, but also maybe kind of be like, it's not worth ruffling feathers over. It's not like your truth is your truth and that's okay. And I'm kind of like, no, everyone needs to acknowledge my truth also. So
I'm getting the vibes that at least you, Jen, and Abria are maybe first cousins, and so then you're both the eldest in your respect.
ooh,
I love that.
Ooh.
I also
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. And I love leaning into the idea that, like, since the healer has that like hitch of like, what do you fix but never resolve? If you are down with it, I think it can be grounded in this like fundamental disagreement where a lot of the healer's problem is, hey, I just need to smooth this over, and you keep trying to like unearth this wound, and you have to stop. And I think they both come from places of like they need to be fixed, but like there are different levels of like who's below water and whose needs need to be met. And I think the healer's problem is that healing isn't the focus, it is calm. It's not peace.
I love that.
These
Right.
notes are popping off
Oh.
for me.
I don't know how to write.
I
All right,
can't
Nala.
read. It's my
Wait, y'all can
turn.
read?
In this account.
All right.
Nah.
Our elders are overly invested in your personal. What do you hide from them?
This is
I've
great. I love this game. I'm gonna be quiet now.
I've started typing the questions into chat so the audience knows what we're talking about. But since this is, can someone type this into chat for?
I can.
Okay,
Yeah.
so our elders are overly invested in your. So I think, um, I I don't want this to be too personal. AKA, I'm just playing myself. However, I think um I think outwardly, to like from the perspective of our elders, I feel like I have the vibes of like the golden child-esque one. Like they like me. Um, but I think I'm hiding a lot of things from them. Things that I am worried that if they knew all of these truths about who I am, that they wouldn't love me anymore. Um, and so I think because they care about me, they're always calling, they're always asking, like, how are you? Just like my own grandparents. Are you making money? Are you like, how's your work? Are you busy? Are you dating anybody yet? we we want to expand this family tree or whatever. Um and um I think I am so much a people pleaser, so much a like I'm not going to cause any problems. But that has resulted in so many lies and simplification. And I think I live in pain knowing that my family will never get to know who I really.
Have you ever tried telling even just one person in the family?
I think I don't think so I think I might have like an older sibling or something or older cousins. I'm getting vibes that this person is one of the younger people, someone who maybe the elders they can shape or still influence perhaps. Um and I think maybe uh and if it isn't clear, I'm talking about being queer, being trans, and also interests that I have are all of these things that I hide from. And if it's okay with you, Darby, I'm getting vibes because you chose the fuck up, right? I think maybe you came out and it went poorly.
I'm the gay
Or
cousin.
it either went poorly or um they're in the denial stage where they know that you're gay but
Mhm.
they don't acknowledge it. And so I
You
think
like
I've
boys too,
seen
right? You could still get married
yeah.
and have a baby.
Yeah, you'll have babies, right?
Just a phase.
Pain. Pain. But I think I've seen you come out and see uh how that sort of went down. And so I think I've told you. I think I confide in you. Um and it's a secret that we share. And I think the other thing is that I'm out to all my friends. I'm out online. I'm out in our like futuristic little society we got going on here. Like I think, all my friends know, but I'm very, very secretive about my life online. I've preemptively blocked all my family members on social media. That's the vibe.
All?
Question.
um Definitely.
Block.
Huh?
Are we blocked?
I don't think I would have blocked like my cousins, but definitely like all of our collective parents.
Cool.
The Gen Xers on their Instagram and whatever. Facebook. I think I actually have a secret Facebook that my friends have, and that's where I actually share stuff. And I have like my secret um Twitter in this
Your public
universe.
Facebook is like a high
Twitter
school
still
photo
exists.
of you from like 6 years
Yeah.
ago where you have like long
Oh yeah.
hair, very feminine, or
Oh
like
yeah. Yeah. That's. Ooh. Pain.
I would like to know,
uh-huh.
how do you release this frustration and pain through your art? Because you're the virtuoso.
Yes. Ooh, I'm gonna take one step away from who I am with what I do, and I think I am a musician. I think I
Mm-hmm.
write music and I sing songs. I am like an indie singer-songwriter. Except I think my music is a bit edgier than like just like, like acoustic guitar and vocal. I think like I lean into maybe some like a little bit of like alt like pop punk or like a little bit of rock, a little bit of, a little edge, just a little edge there.
Add a little
Um
spice.
yeah, no, literally. And so I think I am fairly successful online. Like I have like, people stream my music and I have a decent small, like I'm not well known at all, but like within the place that I live, I can sell out like a bar or I can sell out like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
small venue, that sort of vibe. Um and I think I write music about I think all in metaphors, but I think I write music about my relationship to.
I like that. One more, but I don't want to monopolize. So I'll ask this question, but feel free people to jump in. Do you use any instruments from our birthplace? Just asking questions.
I think yes, not in every song, but I think part of my brand and like part of what makes that like part of the reason why people like my music is that I do incorporate my culture into my music. And probably am not fluent in whatever our native language is, but I can sing some words, and I think there's some lines of my songs that are in our native language. And I think I've shown music to my parents, not like our grandparents, but like my parents. I think I've shown them some of my music that has, parts of our culture tied in and what have you. And I just think they it's very much the vibes of like, that's nice.
Oh.
But like they don't really I don't think they get it. And I think that's like one of my biggest struggles, that when I share of myself with them, they don't quite get it, and I think I've stopped sharing.
Very nice.
You got the fun prompts. I just want to remind everyone watching, you got the first like kind of fun and funky one. And then we still got to sad, and I'm proud of us.
Live, laugh, love in these conditions.
Shall we continue?
Yep,
Amazing.
Darby,
All right.
your turn for pain.
So if I just click it,
Just click it.
Just
It'll see a
click it,
flip.
it'll flip a card for you,
Ooh.
and then you
Now
drag
drag it out. There you go.
it. Ooh.
What invites our elders' praise? Shit.
So you can
You
always
can
X a
ask
card,
that to someone else.
and you can always give it to
Mhm.
someone else. Yes.
No, I can.
This
I
is
can
also
roll.
just
I can roll with it. I can roll with it. I think praise is an interesting relationship for someone who is like regarded as the fuck up of the family. I'm feeling we as a generation are distant, and I feel like perhaps there's even a little bit of a further gap. Like my little family didn't live close enough to other cousins, didn't try and tie in even with the family. Sorry, I just saw a bot in chat. Be gone, bot. Even just not tying into the family, but not tying into the culture in any way whatsoever, just like completely cold turkey cut. Like, you are assimilating to where we are now. Like, if we have any connection, it will just be via food and nothing else. No community building outside of what little connection you have with your family. Otherwise, you don't really hang out with people who are from a cultural background like you. Um, what invites our elders' praise? So I feel like I I do things. Let me. I feel like there are a lot of things that I do that invite the elders' praise, but it's not genuine. It is always, oh, that's so sweet. That's so good. Like, oh, you got a raise at your retail job? That's really cool, I guess. Like, good for you. Chin up, champ. Like, just there is a lot of praise for the fuck up, but it is always condescending. It is always with the knowledge that you could be doing better, but this is like a pat on the shoulder.
I have a question for you as
Yeah,
I
hit
tear
me.
up. Do you actively seek out praise, or have you come to terms with the fact that you know that they don't you the same way they do it?
I think I've just come to terms with what praise they give me and don't seek it out, because there's already feeling kind of disconnected from the family, and it just feels like trying to seek out praise in the past has felt like, oh, that's so sweet that you're trying. Like, you don't have to try that hard. Like, you should really just like stop trying. It's just like too much.
Backhand.
Mhm.
So-
Like, you should like get your shit together and like, I mean, this is like cute and all, but like you should have put in effort like 10 years ago when you were like a child. Like it's like too late
I'm
now.
so happy that you quit Starbucks. Like that was bad. I'm glad that you have a manager position at Target now. That's
Mm-hmm.
a step up, actually.
Like, oh, you're working at this corporate job that's like sucking out your soul, but like you're working like a 9 to 5, right? You're getting steady income, right? That's like important. That's like so much better than the other stuff that you were doing. Like, what was it? You were like playing games? Like, I don't know.
Professional gamer. Were you a professional gamer?
No, God, no.
Esports. Esports. I feel like someone in this family got into esports. I mean, look at our society we live in. This feels like there's gamers here.
I feel like there's like one of our like youngest siblings is like a esport person, but they're like hyper successful, and so now every time like someone's like, "Oh, you play video games, so you can be just like Jeremy, right?" Jeremy
Yeah.
does like he's making like $50,000 a year, and he's like signed on to this like contract thing. That the game thing that you do is exactly the same as that one, right?
And he
Just
plays
the-
like Fortnite or something. Like Jeremy
Yes.
plays like Fortnite. or-
Truly.
yeah,
Jeremy's
he's a
so
Fortnite
good at
player.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Or he's
Oh,
like,
man.
or he's like that
Right.
Raz, the
League.
Fiat, the car driver. Do you
I
see
was
that movie
just
that's
thinking about
coming
that.
out? Where
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
like,
god, yes.
like my nightmare. Like where now my family's just gonna go, well, you played video games, right? Well, this guy became like a professional race car driver and he's got a movie and shit. Why don't you do stuff like that? So you could do exactly like that, right? I'm like, it's not gonna work like that. It's not gonna work like that. It's not gonna work like that. I don't know what to
All
tell
right,
you.
I've got a big loaded question for you if you're down. I feel like you've alluded to the fact that because you understand you are the fuck up in the family, you understand like what garners genuine praise from our elders, and you have like sort of conceded that game. So with the group here, do you know, and are you willing to share here what thing each one of us could do or does do to stay in or to get into the elders like sweet spot? Like, do you know everyone else's
Ooh.
buttons since you have abdicated your own?
So like
Here's a chance to
what?
give horrifying gifts to everyone else in the group.
Just like I know
Yeah.
exactly what would like push you into the spotlight. Oh boy.
Yep. Feel free to like that's a big cognitive load to drop on someone, but it does feel fun to be like, "Oh, I'm a fuck up because I refuse to play this game, but I could win it if I wanted to."
Mood.
I'm gonna have to think on this one.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm sorry. That was a big, heavy.
No, I just like
Hit me, baby, one more time.
We're all just like lining up, like, shoot
Yeah.
us.
Hit me.
It's a knife.
It's the penalty kick for soccer, but none of us are putting our hands in front of us. Is all just like hands behind the back, like I'm ready. Oh God.
It's
I
dodgeball,
know-
but you fling yourself in the direction of the ball.
Yep.
Yeah. I know if Youngles did not speak about, just was like smile and like happy and pretended that nothing was wrong and that they were like any wrong that the elders did didn't happen, that things would be so much smoother for them if they would just do that. Just pretend. Just be okay with what happened. Don't talk about it. Just let the band-aid go over it and we'll just never speak about it again. Like we'll just put that jar that you broke, just turn the broken part away from facing out and no one will ever know. How will they ever know that the jar was broken? Who will know that someone smashed grandma's urn by accident? No one will know.
And
If
that's a metaphor for you as a person, right?
Yup.
There are no
Before-
metaphors in this game.
No metaphors whatsoever. Like, if I know that if our virtuoso just played into what the family wanted them to be in every way, like brought home what they wanted them to see as a partner, like stopped playing music and got a corporate job,
Get a real job.
get a real job, even if it made them absolutely miserable, that the elders would be just like all over that shit. Like just
And that's
absolutely
my
over the
lie.
moon.
I think I've told the family that I quit or that I got like a 9 and I have like a fake that
Yeah.
I make up. I'm like I can't there's a very elaborate web of lies around me in this
Yeah.
family.
At any point, like a thread could get pulled and it's like but yeah. The invisible honest, I think that the fuck up thinks that there is nothing the invisible person can do to win the praise because they don't care. As much as the fuck up is the fuck up, people still pay attention to the fuck up. And the only way that the invisible could ever go back is if from childhood they change everything that they did. And that's the only way that I think that the invisible could have changed anything.
That tracks. Yep.
And the healer is already the golden child. Even if she can't see it, they all gravitate around you and they love you. So you just need to keep up this jig until you die and everything will be fine.
Perfect. Done.
Never leave. The only things that make them not favor you are the times when you ask for space or you don't come. I am muted on Meet's death. There we go. I fixed it. Sorry.
You feeks.
Fixed.
Can I ask you one more question? I'm so sorry.
Just coming out, just like, oh yeah.
Give it. Yeah,
This just feels like I feel like we've finally alighted into like the first real like chunk to dig into the intersection of like what the fuck up understands and like bypasses intentionally. And I think you've spoken a lot about the elders' desire for our generation to assimilate. And that like that assimilation is the metric for success. Why do you think they're so obsessed with foregoing where we came from and integrating into where we are now?
I think for them, in a similar way, where for a lot of us, our family gatherings are a source of like trauma and rehashing all this pain, their like where they came from and their homeland is that source of pain for them, and their respite is family and seeing how we have grown, even though they don't like what we have done with our lives and or pretend that we don't exist or wish that we don't exist or wish that we had done literally anything else, that we are alive and in some way growing, um, preferably in the little box that they want to put us in, but and they'll remove anything that they can't see beyond their little scope, but they see us growing and thriving and they want us to grow and thrive, not in their place where they have felt so much pain and so much hurt, but they are stuck there and they cannot leave because they feel like it's too late for them to leave and they can't start over, but we don't have the same ties that they do, and so we can.
Amazing. Okay, I'm done grilling you. So
I loved it. That was amazing back and forth. Oh man.
That was so good.
So why don't we
And
do
now it's
one
your
more
turn.
draw? Yeah, we'll do one more draw, and then we'll go for our first little break here, and stick around because we are doing some in chat giveaways. But let's do another draw and let's see where it takes us. I'm sure it'll be fun, and
Okay.
we'll all like smile and laugh, have good times, crack some jokes.
So many jokes.
At least my trauma made me funny.
This is
One of us was to be punished once, and you took our place. Why? Okay, so now here's this really beautiful opportunity where I can throw myself under the bus, or I can follow the beautiful narrative that we've kind of self-selected. So I'm gonna pass this to DM Steve if you are down to answer this.
Okay. I am going to pick on. I think it's too obvious to pick on the fuck up. It's too obvious. It's too obvious. You're the fuck up. I'm gonna go with the cursed. So
Ooh.
you were supposed to get punished. I took your place. I'm really jealous of I think of everyone in our generation. I feel close to you because they look at you and like they hate you, they spit your name out, like it's real a lot of salt. And I feel like you're the closest person to my level. I feel like I'm absolute like dog shit. Like I'm at the absolute lowest here. And you're like the next rung up. And I just want what you have. Like I would rather them punish me. I'll do it again. Because at least they're paying attention to me. Like at the end of that day where they did some like Fey style like punishment for me, at the end of the day, at least they were still talking about me. And I kind of want that to happen again. And the opportunity was never there. So thank you for just letting me have that moment in the spotlight.
Yeah. I feel like the curse would feel for the invisible too, because the curse wants to be invisible. Like I would rather not have any attention than get the attention I'm getting. So you go right ahead. Have at it.
What did the cursed do?
Yeah,
Particular.
that was gonna be what did you do?
Simpatico brains.
Let's
I love that we're just sitting here like, what'd you do, motherfuckers?
let's collaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do?
What'd you do?
I want to know more about like your curse. Like, is it physical, mental? Is it like an ability? Do you think? Like, what are you leaning towards?
I didn't want to hurt myself too much today, but I feel like
Welcome to the vibe, dog.
I feel like because I'm mixed ancestry, that my background was some kind of like the reason I exist is because of a rule that was broken somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That was like an unspoken thing, or my mom or my dad was like a rebellious person, or my parent was rebellious, and so like I exist. And that, but now that they are trying to be more welcoming, I feel like as they're getting older and they're welcoming us back home, I'm a reminder of a time when they weren't so progressive or so open to like me, I guess. So I feel like what I did was I saw Jeremy getting praise
Yep.
for being the most mediocre, no effort little gamer kid that gets every anything that they want, because if we buy them a console, they're going to use it to make money. If you buy anybody else a console, it'll just go to waste. So I feel like I called out the family's favoritism towards Jeremy. But during a conversation with you, and one of our family members told the elders that I was bad mouthing one of their prized family members, but then you took the blame for it.
Yeah.
If that's
So
okay with you.
I'm 100% like aligned with that. I think the invisible here kind of like said the phrase like I put you up to it, right? Like I hate Jeremy more than anything. And I even like escalated. I was like, I hope these bad things happen to Jeremy. I don't care that he broke his arm. Like all that kind of stuff. Just to like make it really, really like hot towards me. And basically you were just kind of, you know, following along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. So that's what happened.
Yeah,
he
Is
broke-
it really Darby?
I don't care that you broke your arm, Jeremy.
I'm putting
You
all the
Jeremy.
jokes in chat because
Wait,
it's so it's
Darby,
so
is Jeremy
serious.
like a real family member? Are we just like ragging
Uh-huh.
on someone you know?
No, so like I was like, we're talking about family, so obviously the only name that's gonna come up is my like cousin's American name, Jeremy. Like it's not his like.
You can change
We
the
all
name.
have a Jeremy.
It is so
and Jeremy
fine.
sucks.
It is
Yeah,
so
no,
fine.
I also know Jeremy.
Yeah,
I have an
my-
uncle
his-
Jeremy.
It's not his like. It's not his Korean. It's not the name that he actually uses anymore. So like, it's just
Okay.
really funny. No, we are so fine. It is a okay.
Okay.
I just realized I just put together. I'm like, why is this hitting a chord?
Are you telling me that sometimes you play things in this game and you're like, where did that come from? I don't know what that's like at all.
What do you mean that I have trauma related to my family? I don't know what you're talking about. How can I have daddy issues? He's dead. He wasn't in my life. Like
I'm really gonna need Daniel to update the Mortis to for our family, but not Jeremy.
Yeah. Yeah. To add to that, I would say that to this scenario, sorry, not to like sidetrack, but that what I said wasn't even that bad, but because they don't like me, it was bad, and so you had to make it worse than what was actually said for it to have the same impact on you.
Yeah. I think
If that makes sense.
I think our generation, to be quite honest, kind of like pierces that veil a little bit more than maybe like our older generations, things like that. We see what's
Yeah.
going on here. We see the pain, we see the trauma. We have our own, some of us maybe, I don't know, might have like our own support systems that like help us deconstruct even a tiny bit. And maybe that's like a strength we have. For me, at least, you know, it helps me understand my place, whether or not I want it. And it helps
Right.
me try to give words to where I see everyone else fitting in, whether or not I want it. Yeah. Whew.
Hmm.
Well, we're
This is
coming up
fine.
on that halfway point. Any other follow-ups before we sorry. Anything else?
I love
Alright.
asking follow-up questions, and I'm trying to hold back.
I have a follow-up
Absolutely do not.
question.
Yeah.
Do you resent me?
Absolutely I do. I resent you in that I'm so jealous of you. Like I just like
But do you resent me in the idea that if I didn't exist, you would have my place?
oh,
Or so like when you're being punished because of me, do you also resent me because of the punishment because this is what you have to do in order to get attention? Does that make sense?
yeah. I used to, honestly growing up, I used to like really resent you. I was
Mm.
it made me angry to like see you at family gatherings and stuff like that. But then I realized what I really was angry at was our elders. Like they are the ones that are putting this on all of us. And I've kind of taken that resentment, kind of like refolded it, unfolded it, folded it again, and it's all pointing towards them. And, you know, when I sit alone and I like look at that box, you know, it's this area that just hurts too much to even go back to. But I don't hate you anymore. I really don't.
Okay.
I kind of feel bad that I felt that way when I was younger.
So break?
I think we deserve a break. It's not just like break time. I think we deserve a break.
Mhm.
So, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for getting us to so close to our new $5,000 goal. I believe we are at, let me double check. Let me refresh this page right now. We are at 84% of our $5,000 goal. So, thank you all so much for donating, for tuning in. We are going to take a quick 15-minute break. When we come back, we will do our first draw for In Chat. So, even if you didn't donate, if you're just here supporting us, we still want to recognize kind of that support. So, stick around. In the next 15 minutes, we will do our first draw. And when we come back, we'll draw some more cards, share some jokes, laugh a little bit, get into our
Yeah,
generational
comedy.
trauma, you know, the typical things you do on a Sunday afternoon
Yeah, for charity.
for charity.
For
Yeah.
charity.
For charity.
All right. Thank you all so much. Stick around. Beauty. Hey everyone, we're back. Thank you so much for everyone for sticking around as we took a quick break to decompress, check in on each other. For folks who were part of the first half of the stream, as you might have realized, things get heavy in this game, but heavy in a good way, especially when you have people that you really care about, that you're open with. And if you have your safety tools at the table, it makes it a lot easier to kind of open up and feel like everyone's kind of committed to having your back. That said, for those who stuck around, I got some good news. We're going to do our first giveaway. So if you check out chat, you're going to see the little prompt there. You're going to see it from the Asians Represent channel. Feel free to follow that, enter in. We're going to do our first draw.
Give me like 5 minutes and we'll get it done.
Perfect. Yeah, so stick around. In 5 minutes, we're going to see that. But as that goes on, I think it's time to draw another prompt card. So I think, Darby, I think you're up next, right?
I passed the card to you. That
Yeah.
was the last.
Oh, okay. So then it goes to Youngles.
So I pick a card now. Is that
Yep.
okay? Okay.
Ooh, juicy.
All right.
This game's fun.
Yeah, fun is the word.
Fun's a word.
Yeah, fun's the word. Yep.
That one. Why do I keep getting that?
I just keep drawing it. It's a ghost that's haunting you. Keep drawing.
It wants you to answer.
Whoa.
Hello, this question. Ow.
You're trying to protect Jeremy.
Never.
Take that out of here.
You hurt our elders in a horrifying way. Who were you trying to protect? Okay. So Nala mentioned Darby kind of having a moment, and then like that's the thing that made you quote unquote the fuck up, right? Or like coming out or something like that. I can't remember if we established. Yeah,
Darby-
okay.
Yeah, Darby came out and came sort of the fuck up and was shunned for it. I saw how Darby was treated, and that's kept me in the closet, and I've weaved my web of lies.
Okay.
'Cause
And
I'm a
so
maker.
I feel like the cursed one would see that as a glorious opportunity to explain to the elders yet again why the band-aid is not okay and why it does not work. And I didn't just do it in like the confines of a very private space. I blew up in the middle of a very public event with lots of extended family and made it a big scene in the hopes that they would be forced to confront the situation. And it ended up messing up something that was bad. But I haven't got that far in the thought process yet.
Did you maybe knock something over and it like injured someone? Do you think you hurt them in a physical way or like an emotional way?
I can see you breaking like an air or something.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Something
Maybe
like, oh,
it was during some sort of gift giving ceremony tradition that we have. And when it was my turn to give a gift, me feeling like it was obligated and like having all of this secret stuff happening and Darby's character getting like, shunned or whatever, I use that as an opportunity to make it a big scene, and I smashed it on the ground in front of everybody instead.
Okay, so sort of meta. This is maybe my favorite RPG, but it always has that weird thing of talking about scenes versus like being inside them. So it always has that weird thing of like, do we want to play this out? Because it feels like such an active moment.
I'm
DM's
always
game.
into it. I'm always into it. No,
Yeah.
sorry. That's me raising my hand to volunteer. Whatever you want, I'm in.
We're like,
Oh,
what do you need? What do you want from us?
Then I will sort of segue into it with just the healer coming up to you after this moment and just be like, you know what? Maybe if you didn't act like this all the time, the whole family wouldn't think you were a curse. If you are so fucking unhappy, why don't you just leave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll leave because you're doing such a great job protecting everybody. You
I seem
know,
to be the only one trying.
trying.
Yes? I
Don't you
sit-
remember that they came out and you did nothing? You just wanted to keep the peace.
No, what I did was have conversations with everyone here, something you are too young, immature, and petulant to even attempt to do. You would rather destroy our culture in a display of what? What point are you trying to prove? My solution may not be perfect, but at least I'm attempting something other than destroying what little we have left.
Well, if what it's going to stand for is this type of treatment from family and we're just going to sweep everything under the rug, then maybe I should leave. Maybe I don't want it. You know what? Maybe it's not a good symbol anyway. Maybe we need to make our own.
Right? Do you have to decide what doesn't work for you should be lost to all of us? We have so little of our home left. I don't remember. All I know is stories, and I am exhausted trying to keep our family together. But you don't even care. You see whatever circumstance of your birth, whatever you keep trying to peel away and make bleed in front of our family as something to be proud of, desirous of. You are destroying us.
Destroying or making it better. And I think the curse would like just turn around and walk away and yell behind them, "You still get to keep your heirloom. I didn't touch yours." And
We get grades in the middle.
yes.
Yeah, look at us. We're all earning A's. Elvis praise right there,
Yeah.
baby. Yeah.
That tells you everything about us as people playing. It's like, praise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Praise.
And then just storm off into the darkness, looming and brooding for being confronted.
Go.
I have so many questions.
What
Go
was
ahead.
the object?
Huh?
What was the object that got broken?
I feel like it would be obviously something breakable. Pottery comes to mind, like some sort of like family tradition. I don't know.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Yeah.
So what if, like looking at like our like where we came from, we see a lot of nature, we see what if like one of our big family, like what if our like one of our ancestors like way up in the tree, like they started like a pottery thing, and that knowledge, this very specific special kind of pottery, the knowledge of making it, which is unique to our family, has been passed down through the generations. And I think as we've sort of moved away and become more modernized, not everyone in the lower generations kind of like knows how to do it anymore. So maybe these heirlooms, maybe like one of the last people who still has like full knowledge of this pottery technique made every single person a like a pot, something that represents all of us, and maybe they're all displayed in this family member's house, and that's where this confrontation took place because you just broke someone's, I think Abria's, right? Or Darby's.
Not mine. Apparently mine's still fine.
I broke mine.
You broke your own. Okay.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
further
So
thought. But continue.
Yeah, get in here.
So you took your pot off the mantle or the display case or whatever, and you shattered.
I love that.
Yeah, that's my
So
pain.
I'm gonna try to add on. Let me know if anyone has any thoughts. That pottery, this like tree pottery kind of thing. You know, we live in the forest and all kind of stuff, but like there's a harmony between like parasites, fungi, things grow on top. Sometimes they take advantage, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's symbiotic, sometimes it's not. I think there's a special technique where like you can get the mycelia like network to grow into pots, but it's so fragile because they're like tiny, tiny threads of just like almost wisps of reality.
Yeah.
You have to sing them to like make the pots. Music is actually deep in our family's like history.
Which is funny because they don't like mine.
But
Yeah.
we've lost it maybe from our generational like differences in trauma, that they've moved away from these traditions because it brings an sorry, I just jumped in.
No,
love
I
it.
love it. Please jump in.
Yeah.
Just maybe it evokes a lot of pain, and so big reason why they don't do the music stuff so much anymore is because it ties into like the elders like pain with the homeland. I also had the thought that maybe the pottery, like the literal clay and things that grow, is from like our ancestral like home, like our home
Yeah.
territory, and like that's a further disconnect because maybe that part of the forest isn't accessible to us anymore. Maybe it has been overgrown, or maybe you can't go back because like talking about this trauma, maybe it burned down, like this part of the forest, this area is just it's gone, obliterated. Like the clay doesn't exist anymore. So what we have is whatever someone carried with them when
Yeah.
they left. Like, the sourdough, like legacy sourdough
Yeah.
things, but like someone brought like shit tons of jars of clay, and this is all that's left.
Our
And not
mother
only,
clay,
yeah,
our clay mother.
the mother clay, and not only is it hard to get the mycelium to grow and spread through this musical technique, there's only so much clay left.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Power of notes.
I just want to like again, we're sort of I obliterate the form of this beautiful game, but I just want to ask Nala, our virtuoso, the question: when did you start noticing that your music, however different, had an ability to create something new in this place?
I love it.
But anyway, you can answer that later.
No, no, I have an idea though.
Talk it out.
So when I was younger, actually, so my idea is that maybe when I was younger, we had a family reunion, and I wanted to play music for everyone. Except this time, like I don't think I was fully realized as a musical artist at that point. I hadn't really found my voice. This was I'm learning to play guitar, guys, and I'm gonna perform for our family kind of situation, right? Um, but I think I performed a song that I wrote, and I had like my backing track that I had, used. Jay, doesn't really know how music production works, but you have like a backing track and then you can play over it, right?
Yeah.
So I had done music production to do this backing track, which had like other kinds of instruments, but then I'm sitting there playing maybe the instrument, like something that's more traditional to our family, right? And then I perform the song. And perhaps the way that it was set up, um, I noticed that maybe our pottery was changed a little after playing this song.
Yeah.
That like a new color or a new something appeared on the pots that were closest to where I was sitting to play this music, right? And so I noticed that something has changed, and I think that scared me a little bit. That because maybe I thought that I broke or that I messed up or that I ruined these heirlooms, these things that are so precious to us and representative of our family. Uh, and I think I would have told, like, I feel like this feels very much like something I would have gone and told Abria. I would have come to you and been like, I something happened. I fucked up. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, please don't tell anyone. But look, and I like drag you over there to go look at it.
Dope. Okay, well, that's different, but incredibly cool. This is beautiful. You're amazing.
Like, what if I ruined them?
I don't. If this is all we have left, then all we're going to be doing is sitting and waiting and watching for the moment they break. Something happening where they're gone forever. I don't think you can ruin them because you're making something. You are creating. And I think
don't
that's
know.
wonderful.
I don't know how to make them. Never learn. Parents don't. I don't know. They're so precious and so fragile.
Well, if that's not a metaphor for our family, I don't know what else is.
What if she gets mad?
Can I tell you a secret? They're all
Okay.
so mad and scared all the time. They're worried that everything that they've built, that they've cared about, their whole lives will be lost when they're gone. Can't worry about making them mad. Just make. That's something none of us have been able to do yet. We are all stuck trying to move through the wounds that we've caused or have been put on us. But you're creating something new. And that's important.
I think the camera would just fade to black as I just hug you. I picture like myself, like my character or whatever, a younger person, probably a teenager, like high school, just wrapping my arms around your waist. And I think moving forward from this moment, I was encouraged to keep making music. And I think did we ever tell the rest of the family kind of like what happened, or like are we keeping this secret? Like, because we've already established that I keep my music secret, so I'm thinking we never told anyone. And it was like a very, very subtle change. So something that like you'd have to like really like stare at it. And I think maybe the thing that got me to keep my music on the DL, like quote unquote officially, is that like a year later or something, I tried telling our like matriarch, like I've been like making music and it's done something to these things. And I think maybe she reacted poorly. And then I immediately just retracted it and was like, but I think that's a secret that you know. And I feel like I've told some other people as well. Like I feel like this might be a rumor actually between like all of us cousins.
Yeah.
Like oh, did you hear? Like kind of thing. But I think maybe people have tried encouraging me to like do something about it, or to like actually do it for real and see if we can rebuild things. But I think I've refused because I am so scared of being rejected.
And I think that's a really good, like, sort of still inside the scene that just happened, the healer remembering that and looking down at the shattered pottery, and with just a casual glance at the virtuoso, in sort of acknowledgement of that shared moment, but then sort of regaining that fury and that like anger in the moment, and kind of rounding on the invisible, just be like, well, are you gonna go after them? You're so desperate to follow in their shoes to get any sort of reaction. Here's your chance. Go.
God damn. Maybe
How about
chill.
you And the invisible just like blinks twice, takes a deep breath. You don't really fucking care. And then turns around and walks after the cursed.
All I do is care. And I charge off in the other direction.
Yep.
The fuck up.
I just wanted to remember that we were in a fight.
Yeah. That's just watching this trio just go like, oh shit. You take one, I take one.
And I think I am going to just. I think I was like I get the vibes that I was in the room but not participating. I think at most family gatherings I go hang with the older people, the adults, and I'm making polite conversation with them. They ask me about my life, all that stuff. So I'm like, like either the next room over or what have you. But as soon as you start yelling, I think I excuse myself to just go see what's happening, and then I walk in and see Darby, just as like everyone's leaving, and I think I just look at you and I'm like, what just happened?
Oh. A lot
I think my
just happened.
gaze falls to the shattered pot, and I look back up at you. Fuck.
Not your fault.
What happened?
It's not your fault, first of all. Youngles may have smashed the pot. Abria may have gotten a smidge mad at them and Steve, and now they're all blowing off some steam. So I am going to. I'm gonna go after Abria. You're great. You do you.
And before you ask, everyone else in the other room didn't think. No, they're hearing it not loud enough. Anyway,
I think they're just pretending it didn't happen.
That too.
Until one of us comes back and then they can blame either me or Jen or Steve for this happening here.
I will go see what the two are up to. And I think we just split off.
Yeah,
just like awkward gay person finger guns. As we, like,
this is what heterosexual people behave like. Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
Yeah.
leave.
Whew. That was so good. I'm feeling it. Like I'm heavy. My heart is full, but like so good. Love this game. Love all of you.
I love this
Yes,
game.
this
Whose
is
turn
good.
is it?
I think that
I like
for
we're all
Sonala,
like,
it's yours.
"Hey."
I pulled the last card.
Yeah. So Sonala, it's yours. But for folks in chat, congratulations. We missed a giveaway. So someone actually won a physical copy of Quest RPG, which is
Oh,
dope.
dang.
I love Quest RPG. I think it's one of the
Alesha
best.
kills one quest.
Yes,
Yay,
one of the best RPGs
congratulations.
out there. Rules light, D20 system. The character sheet is like a paragraph. Like you just describe yourself by filling in the blanks. It's like people see me as blank, and that's like who you are. Amazing. And there's 5 minutes left to win a copy of, I think it's Wise Women.
Yeah.
I want to get the name right.
Amazing.
Wise Women.
Wise Women RPG.
So yeah, make sure you type that prompt in there to enter to win a copy of that. And then keep your eye on the chat for more giveaways as we kind of keep going there. And thank you all so much for your support, your donations, and your time. Nala, if you would do us the honors of pulling another fun prompt.
Oof. Okay.
So cozy.
When did you first regret upholding our elders' values?
Oh.
I have so many regrets.
Womp womp.
How shall I begin telling? I think my biggest regret and my greatest sadness that I carry with me in life is that the person that my family thinks I am is not the person that I truly the person that I want to be. And I feel great sorrow knowing that family, despite how much I love them, how much I know they love, even if the ways that they love might not be the ways that I be loved, but I know truly deep down that they care about me, and I love them too, but I feel this great sorrow that despite loving, I will never be able to show them who I. And maybe they would accept me, maybe they wouldn't, but I think I'm too scared, and I'm by that fear to even try testing these waters based on everything that happened when I was younger. I think that is. Oh, I misread the question. It says, when did you first regret? I think I regretted, not just like why do you. I think I first regretted upholding these values, seeing how much my cousins are getting hurt um, by them, because I established that I, as the so is peacemaker, someone who the family loves and dotes upon, but it's all built on loss. And I think seeing how Jen is treated, Steve is treated, I think now that I'm older, I'm starting to see how much pressure is on Maria's shoulders, and just seeing how like everyone is struggling to like keep themselves together, keep, saving face, or that means. Seeing how much pain everyone is in, because we're all just so fractured. I think that is my regret, and now I'm even more set, just because see how much pain is everyone, but I'm too, and I feel like
Have a question.
I see that like little smirk coming on your face. Give it
I
to
l-
me.
I perk. You're gonna get the best cooked questions. Like it's like cooked medium rare. Like oh, it's
Hit
good,
me.
right?
Hit me.
Seasoned well.
Uh-huh.
Of our elders' values, which do you actually uphold?
I think the idea of saving face. I think it's the idea that we have to appear a certain way to other people, that your reputation means everything, and that our family has a certain idea of what one's reputation should be. And so this idea that you have to be perfect in order to succeed, except their idea of perfect is something that is maybe antiquated, or something that is just not achievable in today's and I think being raised under that pressure of like you have to keep up certain appearance, you never talk loudly, you don't take up too much space, always, you know, be perfect, be obedient, listen to your elders, all of that. I think I put so much pressure on myself to conform to their idea of what I should, that I've learned.
Oh,
And then when I do get my freedom of being online and existing as I truly am, there's a small part of me that feels like, in a way, I'm putting on a mask, becoming someone else, the person that I truly feel like I am. But at the same time, there's this weird, surreal feeling that like I don't really have an identity. I don't really know who I am. And I think a small part of me, when I am laying down at night to go to sleep, stays up late thinking like do I like playing music and doing all of these things that I feel are a part of my core identity? Do I like all of this because that's who I am, or just because it's different from what they expect? And I so yearn or desire to break out the mold that's what I gravitate towards. Is this who I am, or is this me role playing a personality?
Sorry, just fuck.
Sorry.
No, you don't apologize.
You
I'm apologizing.
asked!
You're fine.
Steve.
It's
Oh,
our elders.
no.
Fuck them and Jeremy. Oh my god.
Did it freeze on that frame? Oh.
Hey, everyone's got to screenshot this right.
Everyone's
Can
screenshotting
everybody
it.
screenshot that? Maybe we can have a new emoji and it's gonna be a scolding Steve or something.
Oh yeah, hold on. I screenshotted that bitch.
That's
Slick,
probably what
slickly.
Jeremy sees when Jeremy's in trouble. Just
This
oh,
is what
dear.
Jeremy posts in the group chat when he's being a
Yeah.
little shit.
Discord is
Yeah.
doing me
Ew, are
so
we in
dirty.
a group chat with Jeremy?
No, there's
We
separate
have
group
two.
chats.
We have
There's
two.
separate
We
but
have
there's a
separate
family
one
chat.
minus Jeremy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have There's obviously there's a big family chat, but like
Mhm.
you don't put anything in there except that one uncle puts like weird memes in there.
Oh,
my
It's like
God,
that
the
weird
one uncle
political
who's
meme, and it's like no one
you're
mentioned
like,
it.
no one
No one
says
Everyone
commented.
ignores
anything.
it. Everyone moves
Mhm.
past it.
It
Absolutely.
makes
pretend it didn't
everyone put
happen.
down their phone simultaneously and like walk away. Like, I gotta go touch
Just like,
grass.
Yeah,
And
as
then
soon
the
as
next time someone posts, it's like 3 days later, completely unrelated to that thing that was sent before.
absolutely.
And then me being like, "Hey, there's a holiday tomorrow, and I haven't heard anything. Are we doing something?" Or
You're the last to hear of any. It's like, oh yeah, didn't you know we all bought our plane tickets to go to Cancun? Like,
Great.
Also, my camera is lagging severely right now. Can you
Yeah.
still hear me?
We
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
hear you.
We can hear you.
All right. Oh, that was a good one. I love this game.
Heck yeah.
But Darby, I think unless there's any follow-ups, I think it is your draw.
and
Yay!
Whoa.
wow,
Wow.
for a fuck up,
For the fuck up, yeah.
Hey, the
Oh.
balls are rolling up, baby.
Make it
Balls
work, make it
are
work.
Going uphill. Our elders believe in you more than you do yourself. How do you know? Oh boy, a nice thing. um, I think even though they're giving these backhanded compliments and like praise, that's like, oh my god, good job, sweetheart. Like you did so good. Um, it is still with the belief that well, the way that they've spoken to me has kind of broken me down to the point where I'm like, I can't achieve anything. I am just the fuck up. Like I have become the comedy relief at family reunions. Like I tell the younger cousins, like, don't be like me when you grow up. Like you're gonna be great, kiddo. Like I made myself the butt of the joke because that's what I believed myself to be. Um, and despite that being how they speak to me, they still think that I can do better because they will say, like, you're too smart to be doing this stuff. And they mean it like, I take it as you're wasting your time and you're doing something stupid because you're dumb. What they mean is like, I know you will do something more. It just is the way that they either it's the way that they're speaking to me or the way like a language barrier where they're trying to say it that way but it's just coming across as you're not good enough and you've messed up and like you are good for nothing. What they're really trying to say is you'll get somewhere and I believe in you, but it's not coming across super good. I don't know if I know that. I think I like
Oh.
to think that I know that. Like, oh yeah, no, of course of course you know. Of course I know that you believe in me, but like deep down it's like I don't think you actually believe in me because I don't believe in myself.
Ah!
Do you think anyone in our generation believes in you? Do you feel that way?
I think that Jay looks up at me, and I don't know why. I think that there are people who, for some reason, turn towards me, even though I don't feel like I'm somebody to be turned towards. Like even the younger members of our generation, I think they're so much further ahead of me, and nothing that I do can catch up. And for some reason they keep turning to me for advice, and like I know what I'm doing, or that I'm somehow good at these things, when it's like I don't know what I'm doing. I stumbled my way through this. I didn't earn this. I just came across this by chance. I didn't go to school for these things that I learned. I just picked this up. Like I can't have legitimate knowledge.
Whew. Hmm.
That's not based in reality at all.
Cannot relate.
Cannot relate.
Yeah.
Ha ha. This is completely fake. Hee hee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on? Abria.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm sitting here. I'll be good for once and yell something later. Don't worry.
That's kind of the beauty of this game, though, is the interjections. It's like, answering these prompts, but it's the bouncing off of each other that is
Yeah.
just the juicy part.
And I think a big part
then-
of it is like the setup to like, here are the safety tools. Here's how like you're going to like get in the moment. And together we like do that ritual of reading the rules. I think that all like feeds into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then I'll ask because I love tormenting Darby with weird, heavy questions.
Yes. Give me.
You don't necessarily believe the spin of elder feedback towards you, that they believe in you. When did you start noticing that all of our cousins, everyone that's younger than us, look up to you in a similar way that they look up to the elders? And how does it make you feel?
I think it was. I think there was a time when something really bad happened in the family. I think, our family is quite large. Fine, let's just pull it. Like to imagine perhaps I went through a personal tragedy young on, that not only am I the fuck up because of these things, but I also add to these levels of separation, like a loss in my nuclear family that then adds to this distancing. When the family experienced a loss from one of our elders passed away, all these younger people started turning towards me to look up for advice and for help, because I had guidance, because I had gone through this before and none of them had. And I think it felt scary to be the person that people turn to, having been thinking my whole life that I'm not somebody anybody can look up towards, and that I am, I'm not invisible and I'm not being spat on, but I'm the butt of the joke. No one will ever take me seriously. But there are all these like children like taking me very seriously. And I think it's weird and scary, but also kind of like, okay, I'll be here for you. I don't know how I can be here for you, but I will try. I'm not a Bria, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm queer and incapable of not making a joke.
I have one more follow-up because I'm coming in for the kill. When did you realize that your appellation as the fuck up is a name you only gave yourself?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
and
Woo!
dead. Okay.
I think it's when one of the elders genuinely turned to me and was like, I saw this thing that you did. And I thought it was great. Like something you had, like, maybe I tried to quietly pick up the pottery and like learn to make the pottery that our family, I would never fire the pottery. The clay would always stay wet. I would mold it, shape it, think about it for a while, and then break it down, put it back into the jar. Never letting this vase take shape permanently, always then putting it away. And I think maybe one of the elders is like, I believe, look, you did something awesome. You pretend like no one saw it, but I saw what you did. And I thought it was great. And I always knew that you were capable of doing something. You were always so like good with your hands when you were a kid. Like you always made these sand castles and stuff. So like, see, I don't know why you're not doing this sort of thing when and you're instead doing this thing. You're working at a coffee shop when you could instead be making this pottery and things. You have a really good talent for it. I don't see why you're not doing this. And I think it's like that little cloak moment where it's like, one, shit, someone saw me. Two, they thought I was good. And three, they it's not that they think I'm the fuck up, it's that they're waiting for me to find my foothold where it feels like I'm happy.
Well, my
She can't
my
die.
computer, I
Just-
died.
You're still coming through.
Oh,
So it's
I
just
can
video
hear
we
you.
lost.
Yeah, you're still coming through. I can fix this. I will fix this. The command
God?
I am so command is in the chat. I made it Nala. It is not Nala. However, Nala is awesome. So Nala will still be the command for the giveaway. Um so I'm gonna fix this and then y'all just keep going.
The Roll20 is taking up a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stable platform.
It's unstable. Just like our family.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
God.
I'm gonna try and turn my camera. See this.
We'll see.
Good luck.
We will see.
Oh,
How about we take like 2 minutes and just come back.
let's do a 2-minute
Cool.
break, everyone.
Let's do 2 minutes. All right, we'll be back.
All right, thanks everyone.
Everyone go drink.
So I think we're back. We're back. We're absolutely back. Thanks for
We're
the
so
patience here.
I can't
As we
believe
as I
Daniel
figured this
puts
all out.
almond milk in pasta.
Wait, no.
Wow!
Did I miss that?
Wow! What?
Fucking rent and film
What?
as soon as we hit the
Abria is just
horrifying.
starting mad
A horrifying
shit.
thing to have
Just
learned.
mad shit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute the stream and plead my case. I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, stream is muted, but y'all can hear me. You just can't hear the rest of the guests. I do not put almond milk in pasta. I was talking about how my brother sent me a picture of how he made. Okay, now I'm being accused of silencing people, so everybody's unmuted. First of all, this is
International Women's Day.
This is slander. I do not put almond milk in pasta. I got a recipe from my brother, and it's almond butter, gochujang, pasta water to make the sauce.
Almond butter.
Yeah, and now it's who do you
Pasta?
believe? The mystery voice or the folks who
Don't
are on
trust the
screen? Don't
Don't
trust the
trust
voice.
disembodied
Disembodied
voices. Have you
voice.
learned nothing for Disney movies? Like,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ominous.
That's an evil mirror, baby.
Sus.
Narrator.
evil
Okay.
fucking mirror.
Well,
I'm just
mwah.
saying. On this day,
Palindrome, so you
International
can trust
Women's
it.
Day, silencing
Look.
people.
You can always trust the palindrome. Sus.
How is the
Can't
almond
win.
butter made? Is it made with almond milk?
I don't actually know.
Yeah,
They
you put it.
reverse engineer.
You put it in one of those butter
Ugh.
churners, and you churn almond milk.
We're
until
gonna
it
have to
becomes butter.
do some sort of almond themed merch or something on Asians Rap.
Oh,
don't even
no.
know.
Do it.
Get an
I'll
almond
buy a
milk.
bunch for Brennan.
Yeah, an
Oh my
almond milk
God.
sponsor.
Our
This
panel at
episode
Big
of
Bad
Asians
Con-
Represent. We
The
could be
almond
sponsored by
cookies.
Silk.
Yeah. Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Yeah, let's
Is
have
that-
an
is
almond
that-
almond challenge.
it's
Almond
only
milk
on the
challenge.
called-
nose for Asian represents to have silk as the.
Right.
This
Thank
is
you.
that
You got
Asian
it. You got it. You
content
caught it.
Thank you.
You caught it.
Ooh,
This is what we
Good
sell
Picking
our
up and you're putting
souls.
down.
We
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
our souls to Silk.
I hate to say this, but can we
Silk
get back
Road
to
all over again.
Oh, okay.
can we get back to generational trauma?
I'm gonna
Oh,
silence
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
This almond talk is really Poggers King, but can we get back to my intergenerational trauma and TTRPGs?
Oh, I only say that because we only have so much more time left before
Fair.
our break into the next game for today, which is also going to be dope. But
Mhm.
I think we can pull 2 more cards, maybe 3 more cards before we kind of close things off here.
Okay. Cool.
So I believe, Darby, did you draw that last card?
I did draw the last cards.
Okay, so the next card that's being drawn, Bria, this one's for you.
Ooh.
Our elders often remind you that they are going to die. What did they make you promise? Will you keep it?
Ooh.
I'll type that in chat as well.
Oh.
God. It's like every time my mom's like, I'm gonna die one day, by the way. Make sure we go to the bank to go make sure you can get access to the security deposit box. Like, what the fuck?
My dad used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Now he's dead, so.
Same
That
scene?
wasn't funny, but the delivery was fire.
It was pretty deadpan.
Oh.
But right.
I think across all of those like moments and rituals, that like space of holding that had sort of been created as this new ritual in this new place for our family and our culture, the idea of what happens when the last tethers to our old home are gone comes up quite often. And again, I think the appellation of healer isn't necessarily correct. I think at best I am a soother. I don't want them to feel bad. I don't want them to put all of their anxiety and worry onto their children and their children's children, my cousins, my family, everyone that's younger than us. So I've gotten incredibly good at saying enough and doing enough and signaling enough to allay fears in the moment, but I don't know if I believe I know how to heal the hurt that the elders feel, because I don't know if I actually understand it. There's the idea of like wisdom and coming into wisdom too young. But like the problem of that is like that is something born of trauma, of necessity, of someone who had to grow up too soon to be what adults needed of them before they were ready and before they understood and before they had the perspective to really understand what they were stepping into. And absent that, I think I reject so much where I am now in the family and being the like key, like the keeper of the keys and this like crossover point to our new home. So that second part of the question, will I keep my promise to carry on our traditions? I will say with full voice and full support that of course I will, because I want them to be eased in their worry. But I am absolutely lying, and I know I will not. As soon as my obligation to them is done and gone, I will be too.
Ah!
Do you think they bought that lie?
Is there
What?
an earthquake happening?
Yes. My
Yeah.
my walls are shaking right now.
I
my
am so
gosh.
sorry. Please take care of yourself.
Yeah.
We'll keep going for now, but do what you
Yeah.
need.
I'm just under my desk.
No, you're doing great.
That's great. Yep.
This scared me.
Yeah, just a crazy little earthquake.
Can you feel it too, Bria?
Oh, yeah. That's what I was asking. I was like, all of my stuff is moving a lot. Interesting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It seems to have passed now, but obviously, Darby, take your time.
Yep. Okay. I am very happy you're safe.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you, iPhone alert.
Yeah, my phone just started buzzing. Like, did you
Good
know?
job, bud.
Did you know?
Did you
Actually-
know that movement? I feel it too.
I was like, did I
That
click my
girl.
desk really hard? But then, like, other stuff.
That's what I thought too. I was like, hold on, I'm nowhere near touching it. Yeah,
I'm like,
great.
damn, I kicked my
Oh,
desk real
jeez.
hard.
Oh man.
Damn.
Southern California is going through it right now.
Hurricanes
Right.
and earthquake?
Earth,
girls are out
water, fire. These are the four elements.
We've
Herb stomping Southern
mastered all
California.
four elements. I saw that TikTok today where it's like California, master of all four
Yeah.
elements.
Oh no.
This is fine.
Amazing. Well, we may have detached from mainland California, in which case,
Just
great.
floating away.
Any follow-up questions to my sad thing? Or can we move on?
It feels like a pales in comparison. I did ask one, but like I don't know if I ask it anymore.
Oh,
But
sorry, I don't
asked-
remember anymore. I'm so sorry.
The
The world started moving and I did forget.
That's pretty valid, but I did ask when you lied to the elders, do you think they actually bought that lie?
With all my heart, I believe that they need to believe it. And I think we are all in an uncomfortable understanding that what they have put on me is unfair and what I'm giving back is all they deserve. No parts of this relationship are good. And in as much as they have treated the rest of my like generation with this sort of like callous cruelty and the compartmentalization, that like I think to rip up this band-aid pulls up so much other worse stuff that we all agree that it's good enough.
Yeehaw.
You lie to the elders. Are you lying to the cousins about keeping up traditions?
I wonder how much we ask about that. Like, if I'm asked, I think I am one of these singular points of defense towards older generations. But as previously shown in our like moment of frustration earlier when the vase was smashed, when the pottery was smashed, like it is flimsy, and whenever checked on it, the reaction is anger and like fleeing.
And I think because of that, the curse assumes that you're not lying, that you are going to carry on those traditions. So from my perspective, you're almost just as bad as them in
Yeah.
some ways.
Vibes. This is good and healthy.
This is
We're
what
doing
healthy
so
family
great.
dynamics are like.
Yay.
Encanto was a guide, not.
Oh.
Shall I
But
keep?
I also think that the curse thinks that if they can just get through to you, that you would be an ally on their side. And that's what infuriates them so much about our relationship is that, like, I know I have a feeling, but I can't believe that feeling because everything you've shown me shows me otherwise.
I love that.
Okay.
And just to plus one it, I think it's very apparent that like all of the pushback from the healer is centered in like I do not have the bandwidth to go with you where you are because there is no one else here holding everything else together. And I think that's the like I don't disagree with you, but I can't play in the space you're in.
I have a question, kind of for Darby and Darby. When you started teaching yourself or learning the pottery, do you know that my music does something to it, and or Abria, did you tell Darby upon learning that Darby was learning pottery?
Oh, I think this has to be the first and a very specific time in which the healer has overextended herself to share a secret. And I think it was born of the frustration of like, I can't do this anymore. They have to figure this out. And fine, this will be the one thing I tell. And I absolutely put Darby onto it.
Would this be after? So when the vase got smashed initially, I went after you. Would that have been the moment that you would have shared that?
Oh, that's beautiful. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I
it's a
think I
perfect
probably,
deflection.
yeah, I think I probably would have noticed that the pot was different, but didn't say anything because I don't know why it's different. Because I'm like looking at them and studying them, but not telling anybody. But this is you confirming why it's different to in that moment of just
Yeah,
like,
I love that. Oh, that's so good. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
goblin noises.
noises. Any more follow-ups?
I think
Okay.
after we establish that, I just imagine then I think the three of us, Darby, Abria, and I, would have a conversation about that.
Run it,
Perhaps-
baby.
Go for it. Set us up.
Team me up, baby.
So I think, yeah, after the two of you have shared my secret, thanks. I
Your
think
secret is now our secret.
yeah.
Comrades.
Mikasa is Sukasa or whatever.
Where is it?
Oh
my god!
I think after I sort of just comforted the other two, we kind of all come back. Elders are pretending like nothing happened, and I imagine Darby and Abria like pull me into a closet, like the yank. Like, come here, come to the side
Back
room.
into the closet.
I'm coming back in the
Yeah.
closet. So you better come with me real quick. Just come here.
What?
Just come here.
What's going on?
Why are we in a closet? It's weird that we're okay. Well,
We're in the closet. It's the pottery. You music.
oh, you're just gonna okay.
I'm
All
just,
right. Well,
I don't know what
I
to do with this
may.
information now that you give it to me. So,
Wow. This is why I don't tell secrets, because it just immediately, like a sieve.
well, no one tells me anything. Well,
And now I know why.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I did mention your very special, very cool gift to
I don't.
them.
Still don't
You
think
should
it's a
talk
gift.
about this. Okay, well, it is. And I'm still, let me be very clear. I'm still in the energy that I yelled and left with. So
Mhm.
I'm doing a lot to
Yeah.
affirm you while just venting off a lot of frustration with our other cousins.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it is a fucking gift. You're special. So are you. And we need to go get our other cousins back. And I won't hit them to talk. We should be good.
Mhm.
But I don't want to fight them a lot.
I'm going to weave in a piece of information here as we're coming to a
Yes.
close. This particular gathering we're at, this is at the birthplace. We are inside the family, one of the family trees. This is like the big one. This is the one where everyone comes to. There's decorations up, there's lanterns. There are spirits wafting through. There's an air that this is like an important place to be. We all know that tonight, the family legacy, the ownership of the tree and the burden of maintaining it and caring for it and carrying on the legacy will fall on us. Our choice is whether or not we will share that legacy. We all know, like, nothing's set in stone, but from the context clues, we know that we are the generation that's going to have this legacy. And at the end of tonight, we need to decide for ourselves whether or not we're going to share it. So as you continue on, that is how tonight's going to end.
We need to talk. We do so much secrets and gossiping in closets away from each other. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm exhausted. You're not a fuck up. You are special. You create things. You're both wonderful. You just fucking embrace it already. Please.
Think as we sit in the darkness, you hear sniffling coming from. I think there are silent tears running down my cheeks. And I think I am speechless. Hearing those words feels affirming. I think I feel seen by both of you. And I think I reach out for the two of you as well, just like for your hands or something to just squeeze. And I say, I, I, do you really think that my music can fix it? That's huge.
We are a people of song. And in our time here, I think we've forgotten it. And it doesn't matter how many pots we break. It's how we go about fixing them. And I think right now you two are the only ones that can fix what's broken here. And I love you both. But I'm gonna go because I think I need to go talk to the cursed and fix that.
I love you too.
I love you too. And you should remember that you're hurting too. I know that you don't want us to see it, but we do. And when after tonight,
we should all just really talk. Actually talk. None of this rumor mongering, backhanded, behind the back talking. Just actually talk.
I would like
s-
that.
Yeah. I think it's time we put the cards on the table, so to speak. I'm tired of how much hiding things has hurt us. And I don't know.
Speaking of hiding things, I think we should get out of this closet.
Yeah, this is a metaphor. Stop doing metaphors.
I don't like being back in the closet, to be honest.
And I
You
think
were barely in it.
I know.
I think there's a
By the
shot.
way, they all know. They all know.
I think there's a shot of like the closet door opening and like a fucking clown car. The three of us like kind of fall out of it. Yeah. We all picture that, right?
Yeah.
And do you go off by yourself, Abria, to go talk to the other two, or do all three of us go talk to the other two?
If you want to come too, I'm immediately running down the direction that I saw both of them move in.
Yeah, I think we all go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
a family huddle.
Yeah, family huddle in the side of the tree. That means a lot to our family history.
Hey,
Yeah.
if it rhymes,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
Nala's
Yeah,
got
so true.
bars.
So the three of us barge into where the other two, I think where I left you two, just kind of sitting there.
So,
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Youngles, I think your character stormed off like 10, 15 minutes before this happened. My character kind of walked after you. Where do you think we find ourselves in like our family ancestral home?
Probably I don't know. I don't want to say a different closet, but maybe like
Maybe outside?
oh yeah, like a balcony area
Let's do
that's
outside,
like
yeah.
away from all of the hustle stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just like looking over the balcony, like just like sighing, not really saying much.
Hey,
Yo.
have I shown you this before? And my character produces out like a like a touristy kind of like tchotchke. It says like Fay Clay Mayday 1999 on it.
No.
Ever show you this?
What is that?
And my character opens it up and it's full of like weird like cards and like little like things. There's like a flower that's like pressed in it. It was not pressed properly. It's kind of like gross and black now. And like other things too, like old Polaroids and crap like that. The entire box is dusty, really has been touched.
My character is going through it just like I imagine I'm a little older than you, so like kind of like maybe thinking like things look familiar, but not, I'm so bent up in my own pain that I haven't really been paying attention to anybody else's. So just kind of what's this stuff from?
It's supposed to be like family stuff. I feel like, we have like a party or a birthday or something like that, and I keep something around, and you're supposed to do that, right? But I don't know. Tonight, I look at this and it doesn't make me happy. It makes me feel like shit, to be quite honest. And I just wanted to come out here and just say that if you feel like shit too, yeah, you can feel like shit.
And I'll just raise my glass and go to feeling like shit.
I think this is the moment we run in. Like we finally find you. Oh, thank God.
Another closet?
Fucking good.
An
Wonderful.
outdoor closet.
An outdoor closet.
Yeah.
Found-
No, we'll be inside. We'll
No,
ma-
No, 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 no.
it's
That's
too
not
many
why we're
stairs.
here.
Okay. I am sorry.
I'm sorry.
flew
Can
off.
you repeat that louder?
Is this the time?
Just this once. I promise I will never do it again.
Are you lying to me?
No. I just want to bask in this moment.
Sure. Okay. I am sorry for yelling at you after you smashed a priceless heirloom of our family.
I
There
nudged
it
you
is.
so hard.
Yeah.
Okay. I may have turned a corner there. Look. I'm sorry. Genuinely. I know I can't presume to know what you've been through or what it's like for you or how it's been for your whole life. Dealing with your context and shouting at a family that would rather forget the painful things and try to create something new without healing old wounds. I'm sorry for my part in it. And I'm sorry if I ever advocated or acted in a way that would prioritize ease and comfort over genuine healing and help for you or anyone else in our family.
Well, I'm also sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What was that? I couldn't hear over the sound of us being in an outdoor closet. It's just so loud.
I'm also sorry for not thinking about how my actions sometimes maybe end up affecting you specifically.
I tackle you with a hug.
I accept hug. Okay. Yes.
Steve, you're not invisible to us. Come on. I owe you an apology too.
you
I have taken so much anger out on you because you get to move through this world without the burden of our family. And I see now that maybe I was projecting some of my own shit on you in a way that doesn't necessarily reflect your actual. And I am gesturing, but I do have. I have you in like kind of like a. It's not a headlock. It's like a shoulder lock, and you are
Yeah.
part of my gesticulation, and I'm so sorry. You're just a part of the gesture. That may
stop.
not have actually.
I know this is the thing you do. You talk and you talk and you talk. You talk so much, and it's wonderful, and everyone loves you for it. But just how about you listen once? Just listen to us. You can ask for help. Like we're not here to like fuck with you. We're not here to watch you like take this all on and like laugh and drink and eat your food and listen to your music, make you do all this kind of crap. Like we see you do it. You don't have to. We can help. Just let us. Just let us.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And my character like figures out how to hug.
Yes. I'm gonna push Jay. I'm just gonna, all right, now you too enter here. Hug.
Yeah, and I just kind of like am being shuffled in, and I just put my arms out, and I'm gonna join this hug.
My character, as we're in like this awkward kind of hug here, I reach into that box, and I pull out the newest feature of it, and it was a shattered piece of clay from just an hour ago, and I just like slide it into your hand.
My hand.
Your hand.
And I look at it. And I look up at the two of you. And I look up at you, Bria. And I just grab your hand and I yank you down into this like hug on the floor too.
Why is everyone on the ground?
Because somebody
Awkward
tackled
hover
somebody.
pet.
Yeah, like it's the most awkward.
Darby did this.
Yeah.
And I look at this piece of pottery in my hand and I look up at the two of you and I say, not all is lost. I have something to tell the two of you. And I think we can cut it there and we should answer that final question.
Excellent. So everyone has the tea. The elders are there. They're sitting slightly higher than the rest of us. So it's a passing on ceremony. Like the legacy is ours. We're going to control this tree and all that kind of stuff. The way it's done is we are given a piece of the mother clay that is rich with mycelial, and we get to sculpt our control vessel of the tree. We can shape it to whatever shape we want. So I'm going to ask you to answer the question, but answer it in character by shaping your mother clay. The family legacy is ours and ours alone. Do you share it? How do you shape your clay?
Are we going in any particular order?
Open table.
Okay. The healer steps forward and with hands that are deeply unpracticed at creating anything, just smoothing, creates a wide, low bowl and pinches off like spigot tips, points to pour from the bowl. But instead of just one, every maybe 10 or 15 degrees around the bowl, a new one is, so it can be filled from the center but poured out in any direction. Because it's not for one person or one perspective to decide where the flow of whatever liquid is put in here should go next. And that's a thing she's learned just now from her family. And she pushes into it, into the mycelium, into the clay, into her hopes for her family here in the future. A promise that she finally intends to keep. That she will give herself time. She'll step away and heal, but she will come back.
The invisible steps up and, again, with unpracticed hands, begins to mold the clay into a flower vase. Something to hold flowers, to hold something maybe more beautiful than the vase itself, but that can help maintain that beauty for a time. Even that beauty just goes away for a bit. Maybe that vase has to be refilled. It's the cycle. So the invisible creates a holder for flowers.
I feel like. Oh, go ahead.
You
No, you go.
You go. No, it's fine. Please go.
Okay, I feel like the curse would shape their pottery into a cassette tape as like a statement piece. Because they remember a time when all the cousins would get together once a year or whatever and record stupid little silly skits and sing songs into this cassette tape that we used to record. And so I think that the curse is moving on from looking for that hope and acceptance from the elders and kind of resorting to finding it in their cousins instead. And that's just like a symbol of that. And I think like the clay is shaped into like a cassette tape, but then like the fungus on it is like in the shape of the family tree to kind of like symbolize what like the reminder is for.
I think with the most practiced hands out of everyone, the fuck up makes a barren tree. It's similar to the family tree we're taking over, but it's different in like meaningful ways. The branches are broader, the roots stretch pretty far, and it gives a solid base. And I'd like to imagine the roots twist up into the trunk, and then the branches go out, and the mycelium becomes the leaves for this tree and fills in the branches. But it's a young tree, something that's still growing and still changing, and that is okay for it to still be growing. It doesn't have to be what it doesn't have to know what it will be yet. It just needs to grow and be healthy.
And lastly, I think as we are told this, I think my character really quickly excuses themselves to go grab one of our like instruments that is just stored in this house somewhere. Probably on display. It's probably not mine. I don't think I brought mine. But I go find one of our like traditional instruments and I come back and I just sit down and wait sort of for my turn. And when it is my turn, I take the clay from our elders and place it down in front of me. And I just start picking strings, like picking the strings as I talk. And I think I say, you might remember maybe like a decade ago at one of our reunions, that was the first time I ever played a song for you all. And something happened that day. I think there's something about the way that I create music that is special and has transformative power. And as I'm saying these words, I think like there's some fungi that begins to grow on this clay. I think because they hand it to us as like a slab. And I just place that slab down in front of me. And I imagine this beautiful, like orangey pink, flat, fan-like fungi begins growing out of this slab. And I say, there's a lot about me, about a lot of us cousins that you don't know. And truthfully, I'm tired of hiding all of myself for you. And I would very much like it if you would be open to seeing me for who I truly am. And I think as this fungi begins to grow, there's also taller, almost like vines that grow out of this, but they're like tiny. And we see like tall, comparatively within my little sculpture that is being created, also like tree trunk like shapes coming out of these the fan fungi that resembles very much where we live now. These pink waves crashing against these tall buildings. The fungi resembling this water and these tall stoic structures. And I think as my song concludes, I just gesture with my hands out to what I've made and place my hands in my lap, very proper. And I think I just smile and say, I make music. I am an artist. I am so many things that I would like to share with you. Allow this to be my gift to the rest of you. I love you.
And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's stream. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us on this amazing game for our family. I'm speechless. We're gonna go around table, let people like vent a little bit, release a little bit. Oh, I hope everyone has a plan for after this to like deconstruct. I'll be available. Don't you worry. But I do want to say this was the first game of 2 for today. Having checked, we are at 90% of our $5,000 goal. So we're 90% there. So we are close to getting to that $5,000 goal, which blows through what we originally planned for. So to everyone who tuned in, who supported, who retweeted, I'm not going to say what it currently is, it's retweeting, who shared around and got people to support us. And for those who were able to donate and spend some money towards this amazing cause for these 2 amazing charities, thank you so much for everything. Nala, when does the next stream start?
Yeah, so our next stream is a Blades in the Dark one-shot run by our very own Rue Dickey at Alana Knight 13 on Twitter. Rue is running Blades in the Dark, and we are going to be sabotaging a colonialist or colonizer construction project.
Nice.
I will be playing in this game again as well, and then I am going to be playing with Alyssa and people that I totally remember off the top of my head.
Candace and
Candace.
I'll put the tweet. How about I
and,
put the tweet in
Kate,
the
and
chat?
Kate Osborne. So we are going to be playing Blades in the Dark. We also have a lot more in-chat giveaways there, including copies of Blades in the Dark, donated by the game designer himself, John Harper. So that's really cool. It'd be really cool, y'all, if we could hit 5,000 before that stream tonight, which that is starting at 8 p.m. right back here. So be here or be queer.
Queer.
No.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah. No.
here,
Yeah,
be
be
queer,
here
Oh,
or
no,
be
wait.
here and
Be here and be queer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be here and be queer and come say fuck colonizers with us.
Yes.
Also, just like before we go around and just give our outros, everyone say a little bit about who you are, where you can find you, plug your projects. Like y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for playing. I just want to say again, this means so much to me. I've never played this game before. And I am so excited to have shared in this story with you all. And the day before the fires on Maui was the last day of my family's family reunion. We were all over there in Hawaii a day before this happened. And we had 4 generations present at this reunion. And we learned a lot about our family history. Like 150 people showed up because this family's huge. We have a big family, and people are from all over. It was a wild experience to share in that moment with all of these people that are somehow related to you, and then to come home and hear about this fire was devastating. And I cried a lot, and then I was like, I'm done crying. I want to do something about it, and this charity event is me doing something about it. And so thank you all for participating. I guess while I'm talking, I'll do my outro. My name's Nala J. I'm at NalaWoo on Twitter and at Nala Draws if you want to see my artwork. I'm also Nala Draws on every other website that I have social media on. I am a professional illustrator, art director, working full-time in the TTRPG space. I hire me to draw for you. I would love to do that. Or to art direct for you. I would love that even more. Besides art, I'm also a voice actor, sensitivity consultant, and a TTRPG actual play performer. Please come watch Itaewon by Night. Jen here is on cast with me. Itaewon by Night is a Vampire the Masquerade show set in Seoul, South Korea. We are the first and only all-Asian cast to play Vampire the Masquerade on stream. And we've been winning awards, baby. Like, come watch our show.
and right.
Yeah.
Season 1's already out. You can watch those VODs. And season 2, our penultimate episode is this Tuesday. And we are going to Seoul Fashion Week. It's going to be bloody, and I'm very excited because we're all dressing up. We're all gonna have Fashion Week looks, and I'm so excited.
I can't
I'm
wait.
So
so
please
excited
come
to see
through
you
for
put
that.
this. Put the scalp in Scaparelli, please.
Yeah, no, literally. Scaparelli's one of my favorite designers, no joke. But anyway, come through for us. We also actually no, I can't say that yet. So never mind. But yes, that's me. That's me.
Oh,
Who's
NDAs.
next?
Super fun. Let's go around the table. We'll go with the same kind of rotation we did. So, Darby,
Okay,
can I put a
Darby.
spotlight on you?
Yes,
Ba-ding.
you can. Hi. I was writing stuff down, so I am prepared. Hello, hi. My name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet. You can find me most places with that handle: Blue Sky, Twitter. I refuse to call it by any other name. You know, Tumblr, what have you. I am a TTRPG performer, streamer, possum, writer, and all-around menace on the web. You can find me as the community manager over at Critical Misses. Doing stuff and things. We just wrapped up our show on Monday nights. You can catch me on Bad House RPG tomorrow. We're going to be playing Baldur's Gate at 5:30 PST, something like that. I remember times. We'll be playing Baldur's Gate. That'll be really fun. Do I do anything else? Every other Wednesday, I'm on Neon Lights Roleplay, playing in a Stardust. It's a mech game, or I definitely don't play a murderer. She is super chill and very normal and doesn't kill people. Super
I'm gonna
normal.
take you at face value there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
She
not
hasn't
lying
killed
at
anybody
all.
on stream. I did not lie at all. Why would she lie?
If
Why
it
would I
didn't
lie?
happen on stream, it never
If it
happened.
didn't happen on stream, it didn't happen. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, that's me. You could also hire me for things, but I have nothing.
You are
Amazing.
everything, Darby.
You're everything.
Abria, who are you? What's up?
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. You can follow me on most things on social media at Quiddy. I think I'm slowly transitioning to just using my name, which is fine, but whatever, you can find me if you care about it. You can check out my podcast, Worlds Beyond Number. The finale of our first arc is going to be in 2 weeks on Tuesday, and see the big thrilling things are bad. We're level 1 and it's going poorly. So go check that out. We have we have a Patreon if you want to get some extra bonus content around that. Other than that, you can catch my work on Critical Role, Dimension 20, The Adventure Zone, and lots of other places. Thanks. This has been really nice. I'm going to use the rest of my plug time to say thank you so much for allowing me a chance to come and be a part of this. It's been an honor and a privilege getting to tell a story with all of you. Most of you who have never gotten to play before, but I've watched and been a fan of for quite a while. So this has been a very nice, hurricane and earthquake aside, a very lovely way to spend an afternoon.
California, master of all 4 elements.
Truly, man, it's been rough in nature, but this has been a balm, even as it has wrung tears from my cold, dead heart. Thank you so
Ugh.
much, Nala, and everyone, in front of the cameras and behind the scenes, putting this all together. This is a great cause, and I hope it gets more eyes on the problem of not supporting. Uh, I don't have to say anything that you haven't said better and louder, but just I deeply appreciate you spending your time and energy doing this, and I'm happy I got to be a small part of it.
Thanks for coming, Kia. Steve, who are you?
Oh man. Hey everyone, my name's Steve Wen. I'm one of the co-hosts of Asia Present, and I got to facilitate this amazing game by Anthony Nomo with these amazing folks who like I said it before. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. Y'all are fucking great. And I had so much fun. I was so emotional. Thank you all just so much. I'm gonna be more active in the Asian Present sphere. I am also one of the admins on the Discord where you can apply to be one of the members there. Kind of moving forward, what I'm working on right now is showing to Big Bad Con authentically, as valid as I possibly can, and just do hashtag networking there. So if you're at Big Bad Con, you hit me up. You can follow me on Twitter at DEEM Steve. That's DMC phonetically. It stands for slide my DMs and talk to me about generational trauma. Let's do that. Just slide in there and just like put it in there and we'll figure it out. Don't worry, it's cool. You have my permission. But that is me. Oh, my heart's full, y'all. Youngles.
Oh,
My heart is
goodness.
so full.
I don't want to be okay. Hi, I'm Jen / Jungles or whatever you want to call me on the internet. To a certain point, there is a limit. I do Itaewon by Night, where I play Wendy, your lovely golden retriever mixed Korean who just wants a home, and vampire
We love
home.
Wendy.
Oh my gosh. And we
We
are
share a
gonna
last
look
name
very
now.
fancy. I know we do. We do share a last name. It's so nice. I feel so. I still don't know what the name of your company is, but that's a whole different story.
It's an inside joke now. No one knows the name of Viridian's company.
Nobody does.
That's Viridian.
I do things around the internet. I support spicy content creators and all of their work. And so I don't know, my 2024 calendar is mostly open, but I am getting people asking me to do things. So if you want to do things, let me know so that I can put you in there because I run a business, which means my calendar fills up. I apologize. But thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. This is amazing. It's been so great to be here. And that's all I.
Perfect.
You're
Perfect.
amazing.
So I think that's where we're going to close things off. Folks, go hydrate, go eat something, go take care of yourselves. Call people if you need to call people because my heart's pretty full and I got to think about that for all the players here. If you need to reach out to me because I know this is a heavy game, my DMs are open specifically to you and you can absolutely talk to me. We'll be in touch with each other. Stick around. In about an hour and a half, we're going to have our second game of this charity stream. So tune into that. It's going to be a wild time. Big thank you to all the folks behind the scenes, our producers, the folks doing the giveaways and coordinating all that stuff. You are rock stars. I love you all. You have all my respect and just admiration. Thank you all for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.